crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
Shout out to Hoop Jargon. Man, I'm here with my man with Hoop Jargon, the best in the game, man. And you know I only let selected few in my circle. And this is a real dude right here. We gonna get down with the get down.
All right, internet's going a little slow. Uh-oh. I hope y'all can see me because I can't see myself, but man, welcome to the show, man. You know, let me make sure you can actually see me. I can't see myself, but man, welcome. Wow. It's not seeing. Oh, my cam should be working. Hold on. Let's work through it. Let's work through the mess. Let's work. Okay, let me try something. Give me one moment, y'all. Let's work through the mess. Why is it not showing my face? I don't get it. All right, well, y'all can't see me, but y'all can hear me. I can definitely see that on my screen. So we're just going to rock out how we rock out. So with that being said, let's try it this way. Y'all still can't see me. Y'all type in the chat, we can't see me. Yeah, that's crazy. Why? How can you not see me? Oh, I know what the problem is. I'm stupid. You should be able to see me now. Give me one moment. There we go. All right, we came in rough, goddammit, but we here. Shout out to Hoop Jargon. Shout out to everybody following the channel. So, I mean, y'all here in full regalia. Everybody's ready to go. Let me get to these early comments. I appreciate y'all being nice and punctual. If you have not done so, please hit the like button. So Christian G in the building, longtime Hoop Jargon member. Rap God, as always, one of my first subscribers back, you know, in the struggle days. Justin Wilkins, Hoop Jargon member. Sia Maya, Hoop Jargon member. Appreciate you. I've been on social media hiatus, but HJ too. Absolutely. My guy at Flight Sports TV. Big dog in the game. My boy Zach Zargosa, Hoop Jargon member in the building. 47, always been saluting the channel. Okay, let me get to some of them. Shout out to Rave Kingdom in the building. And Bosi. With your ugly ass mustache. All right, bet. So let's talk about it, man. Pat Beverly. So if you guys have been hiding under a rock, Pat Beverly has been on one lately. And I got to give him credit because, in my opinion, what Pat Beverly is doing, been age day since 1970. It feel like it. It damn sure feel like it. But shout out to Hoop Jargon, in the words of Kendrick Perkins. Pat Beverly has been on this tirade of basically, in my opinion, Pat Beverly is establishing what he means to the game of basketball. Because a lot of people, see, I gotta start looking at these comments, man. Zaragoza. I mean, you don't even speak Spanish. Like you a Hispanic, you a Mexican guy who don't speak Spanish. Like, don't correct me on my pronunciation, sir. That's true. Zach does not speak Spanish. Reddick got me drunk. Woke. I mean, see, now I don't want to go that direction, but JJ Reddick is trying to be the woke hero. And yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. But let's stick to the topic because I want to stay succinct with this. But Pat Beverly, what you're seeing now, being 33 years old, is he's seeing basically the end of his career coming. So his best days are in the rearview mirror. So Pat Bev is trying to be known for something. And I can't lie. I'm not against him. Because at the end of the day, the highest level, and I'm going to bring in one of my childhood friends, man, my guy Marquell, who was on in ninth grade on B team dunking on dudes when nobody on 18 could really dunk like that. And so I'm going to bring him on, a guy who is highly athletic. So he's going to share his perspective, and he's the muse of this show today. So the stuff y'all post on regular social media inspires me to get on here and do what I do. But again, Pat Beverly, like to me, I don't like him as a player. I think he has a lot of holes in his game. I think he has a lot of things that he should tune up to be a better player, but he's done. I mean, he's 33. So what he's doing is he is basically usurping the energy that he brought to the game, which made him who he is. And he's making that be his muse to you remembering what he was as a player. And I think it's damn brilliant. I really do. Because I think Pat Bev has been more of a in-your-face guy than actual substance, right? So, but at the end of the day, I'm not a fan of his style, and everybody knows that. You know, I can't be on YouTube and being fake because everybody would call me out with screenshots. So I respect who he is because this is a guy coming out of Chicago, just a straight lunch pail, blue-collar guy, went to the University of Arkansas, didn't get drafted, went overseas, went to the D-League, got picked up by, I believe, the Miami Heat initially, and then the Rockets, and he's paved his way through the NBA landscape since then. And I got to give him credit for what he is, which is a hard worker who's better than you. And by you, I mean everybody watching this stream, right? Unless you played in the NBA and you got a resume, which NBA people do watch this channel, you don't equate to Pat Beverly at all. And some people are trying to diminish his point of view because he turned up. We all understand that Pat Bev is turned up, but you don't have the right to undermine his opinion, in my opinion, because he's done a lot better than you, right? So, because you got to understand the place he's coming from is a place from having to work harder than a blue blood like Chris Paul has been. As we know, Chris Paul has been the lure of his attention. So you got to psychoanalyze these people. And from my perspective, Pat Beverly is looking at Chris Paul like, dude, you a dude been giving everything. I ain't been giving shit. Like, so, excuse my French, fuck what you talking about. Because Chris Paul's an asshole. I mean, you got to know this. Chris Paul, if you see the stuff he does and says, Chris Paul's an asshole. But I happen to respect Chris Paul at the highest regard because he is literally point guard to me. He's like the third, I'll probably maybe fourth, fifth best point guard ever to play basketball. It is what it is. And I know a lot of people are dogpiling right now because he lost, but you got to understand where the spirit of the analysis is coming from Patrick Beverly. Let us proceed forward. So I'm going to go over a little bit, and again, I'm going to bring Marquell up. So I want to let you guys hear Pat Beverly's last thing. Pat Beverly's hilarious, man. I give credit to anybody who can usurp that type of spirit when your game is that deficient. Like, I got to give him credit, man. He does a good job of promoting himself. And I'm always a big proponent for brothers self-promoting themselves because, man, you only got a certain amount of time to do this thing that we call professional sports. Maximize it, man. Maximize it. That's why I'm such a big fan of the NIL thing with college athletes because, like, dog, you only got a certain amount of time. Some windows are more broad than others, but this is your time to make your money. All right, so let's go ahead and watch this real quick.
Sons. Nobody in the NBA.
Well, what did I just say, though?
And I'm just letting you know how NBA players feel and think.
I believe you, but what I'm saying
He's
is
finessed the game to a point where he gets all the petty calls, all the swipe throughs at the end. I mean, this guy is out, man. We gonna be honest. We want to be really honest.
Yes.
He should have fouled out. He should have fouled out. The last game too. You see the replay against Brunson. Hit him on the shoulder. Hit him in the mouth. Ref don't call anything. If that's me, oh, review it. Oh, flagrant one. If that's him, they don't call it. So let's not get it twisted, man. He should have fouled out. He can't guard. He literally can't guard.
He can't guard.
Yeah.
He can't. Chris Paul can't guard anybody. Is that what you say?
Did you see that? No, he can't. Everyone knows that.
Excuse me. No. I don't know that. I haven't heard anybody tell me that.
Because you haven't suited up. You know, guys don't like to tell you all the truth. You know that. Because they scared. They scared what you going to take with it.
No, he's right about that. They will lie. He's honest. They will lie. That is true. He's not lying about that.
CP can't guard nobody, man. Everybody in the NBA know that. Everybody know that.
Anybody.
What we call them? Cone. You know what you do with cones? Like when in the summertime, you got a cone. You make a move. What does the cone do?
Stay still.
Exactly. Yeah. He's a cone. Stop playing, man. Everybody knows that. Everyone knows that. It's just y'all don't want to accept it because
I don't accept that. No. I'm saying again, if you're taller than them, You know, so you can shoot over him. Obviously, that's
but give him the Ben Simmons slander. Give him the PG 13 slander. Give him the slander that you give everybody. Come on, Steve.
Okay, so off rip, calling Chris Paul a cone. That's a big indictment going forward. Because as we know, a cone doesn't really hold a place on the court or in anything for that fashion. It's something you can kick over, something you can move with ease, right? So the fact that Pat Beverly is alluding to him in that fashion, that's a big indictment on, basically Chris Paul not paying a lot of attention to a very important part of the game of basketball. So again, most people will discredit Pat Beverly on the strength that you're not good enough to criticize Chris Paul. But my pushback is Pat Beverly has earned the right. And reality is, if you ain't played college basketball and beyond, who are you to say he can't critique one of his peers? And Chris Paul is one of his peers, whether y'all want to accept that or not. So I do have to say that as we going forward. Let me get some of these comments and then we'll proceed forward. And shout out, we hit 18 in the building. Hit the like button, subscribe button. And again, something I have been pushing. But if you want to hit the super chat, please do that. Support the channel. Hit the Cash App. You see C Franks 11, man. So I'm out here doing this because I want to put out good information. That's why I don't go live all the time. That's why I don't put a lot of videos out. I want to do it when I'm passionate and when my message is succinct. And so if you guys are rocking with what I'm doing, don't hesitate to support the channel. Please, God dog it. I appreciate all the patronage. All right, so Rap God says George Mikan from Joliet, Chicago area. Okay. Didn't know that. Say, yeah, he's a superstar NBA player. He isn't a superstar, yeah. That's an understatement. But he is way better than any. Yeah, he's a 1%er. Absolutely. Great comment, Christian G. Great comment, yes. And also, you backed over with another great one saying hit that like button. Brave Kingdom, again, showing the fire emojis. Much appreciated, my guy. Let's see. So Christian G says, we have to talk about the NIL thing. Kevin Sampson had choice words about that. He needs to say, okay, send me the story on that, and I will cover that because Kevin Sampson is a coach I respect a lot. But if he's talking that bullshit, Hoop Dog is going to be on your ass. All right, so Tony Warfield says, well, when's the last time anyone's talked about CP3's defense? That's a great question because you never hear that. You never hear Chris Paul being criticized defensively. Again, I'm a guy, I love Chris Paul. I understand his shortcomings, but one thing that doesn't get talked about is his defense. So that is, on the table of discussion. Yeah, so I appreciate that comment. Are you going to address Matt Barnes' response? Let me go look at it. See, that's why I like doing live because y'all can give me more information than I may know. So let me look that up. Let me look that up. I appreciate that. So let's all go through it together. So I'm experiencing this. I'm experiencing this in real time. All right, so let's go back to share screen. Let's do it. Come on now.
Chris Paul's obviously going to take a lot of the blame, as Ramona said, and as Chris knows, he didn't play well from games 3 to 7. He played terrible, and he'll tell you that. But what I want to touch on,
I know y'all gonna flag me on this. I won't make a dime on this. So again, if y'all want a super chat, man, don't hesitate because I won't make a dime off this video. They always flagging like for the smallest minute things that we use for backdrop. It's crazy, but let's proceed forward.
Real quick, RJ, is the disrespect I saw from Pat Beverly earlier today. As reporters, part.
Let me say this too. Chris Paul. I actually like Matt Barnes, man. I do. Matt Barnes is one of the most up and down, most emotional, deficient guys ever. Like this dude be all over the place, man. And most notably with the Kwame Brown situation when he, as Kwame says, invited his member to his mouth. And Kwame Brown threatened to whoop his ass. He called him Becky with the good hair. I gotta say, man, Chris Paul. God damn it, why keep coming Chris Paul? Matt Barnes, it's like sometimes he has his mind straight and his opinion is nice and sensible, but then he just goes left, man. So, but right now, I'm going to judge it on its own merit. So I got to set this backdrop because Matt Barnes is a guy, again, who I personally like. He's a hard worker, which I generally like those kind of guys. Met him back in the Gap probably about 6-7 years ago. Good dude, man. I like Matt Barnes. But yeah, man, it's funny how he gets serious sometimes. He gets goofy a lot of the time. So, but I got to say that.
The media, we have a job to be critical, but I think there's a thin line between being critical and disrespectful.
All right.
And I feel like what Pat Beverly did today to Chris Paul was completely disrespectful and out of the line. And Pat Beverly's talking like he's that guy. You're not that guy. Plain and simple. Chris Paul played terrible this year, and his numbers are still better than your career numbers have ever been. So I just think you have to understand. Chris is a 12-time All-Star. He played terrible. First time, all defense 9 times, 7 times first team all defense. He'll be a Hall of Famer. Pat Bev and I were similar type role players. They don't talk about us when we go. They're going to talk about CP3 when he's done. And I just think the disrespect we saw earlier today on the ESPN show.
No, I got to give credit to a guy who knows himself. Because Matt Barnes typically struggles in that department. But like I just led in with, he reminds me of Pat Beverly. So kudos to Matt Barnes for acknowledging who he is and what he means to the NBA landscape. So I got to give him props for this.
Need to be checked because he was way out of pocket.
Yeah, no, he you know that there's energy between those two. Like we've seen the push in the back. Yep. We know about all that. And yes.
I hate Richard Jefferson, by the way. Can't stand that dude. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna be nice on the stream.
Sometimes when you're in this position, it can be difficult to separate professionalism versus competitiveness.
All he needed was
y'all remember Braxton Hartenberg? Do I need to say it anymore?
The red clown nose, because he was out there talking like a clown today. And I just think, to me, again, the CP is a legend in this game. You know, again, we were role players in this game. So have some respect for guys. He did play terrible. He'd be the first one to tell you. But the shots that Bev took today were just out of pocket. I know no one else is going to tell him that, so I'm going to tell him that. Chris Paul is obviously going to take a lot of the blame, as Ramona said, and as Chris.
I think your boy Matt Barnes is on point, man. Your boy is on point. What can you challenge on that? Like, that's probably the most accurate assessment I've heard of another player in a while, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's very honest. That's very honest. So salute to Matt Barnes for the self-awareness, man. I got to give him credit for that. All right, so I'm going to get to a few of these comments and bring my boy Marquell up. So I want to set backdrop to this whole conversation. Again, this won't be a long video, but I want to show that I respect players who play at the highest level. I do. But you can't get out of pocket so much. But I'm not going to tell Pat Beverly he can't state his opinion because he's out there every day with the best of the best. And he strikes me as a guy punching up. And by punching up, I mean you're going at a guy who is more of a blue blood, a guy who has more cachet, more clout than you. So I understand the place where it's coming from. And I just want people to understand things in full context. And that's the whole point of the stream. So, all right, Ray Keenum says, we don't bring up the defense because it's obvious that he's not a defender. It's like J.J. Redick. You don't bring that's a fair point. Because J.J. Redick, damn show, you talking about a cone. That's a cone. Russell Westbrook and a defender either. Yeah, Russell Westbrook, I pulled this up on the last stream out. Well, a few last streams. One of the worst defenders actually in the NBA, statistically. One of the worst. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Matt Barnes is a hypocrite. He called players out when they play poorly. Fair enough. I'm just going off of the strength of this one assessment, and he seems pretty accurate with what he said. But you know, I won't debate you on that. I don't watch a lot of his takes like that. But okay, I'll go with that. Matt B crying like girl on her. Ray Kim say Matt Barnes stop. I think he tried to say spitted some facts though. Yeah, he did. He did. Tony Warfield says before Pat Beverly got personal, he was keeping it honest. Yeah, and he is being personal. We gotta be honest about that. He is being very personal. He's being biased as shit. But even in being biased, honesty is still there. It's just a heightened sense of honesty because there may be some sense of jealousy, of inferiority from his standpoint. So, but it's still honest. We can't mosey around that fact. So he's right though. CP3 will be a legend and Bev is a role player. Point out the lie, man. Point out the lie. Again, so I don't want to invalidate Bev like he doesn't have an opinion, but there's levels to this shit, like Meek Mill said so famously. Justin says, I say this though, can Steals be considered a part of good defense? Yes, they can. But Steals also can be a product of you cherry picking defensively. So meaning you're just playing the passing lane, you're not necessarily guarding up. So the reason I say that is because Allen Iverson led the league in steals before, and Allen Iverson is a very poor defender, very poor, because he played the two and couldn't guard a two guard, right? I think Steph Curry led the league in steals before, so it's not always the best indicator, but you do have to give props for somebody who has great anticipation, which is playing an off-ball steal person is, and even LeBron James, I made the case he hadn't played real defense since 2014. But he's a great off-ball defender. So everybody remembers those blocks, those key blocks to win games. And it looks like great defense, but I mean, being an off-ball blocker, it just takes anticipation. It's not like with the hard shit is sitting in that seat, as they call it, defense, hands out like Andre Iguodala used to do, getting up in somebody, chipping them, and stand in front of your defender. That's the hardest defense to play. Contrary to popular belief, because there's no stat for that. Getting in your defensive position, making it hard for your defender, there's no stat line for that. So most people don't even recognize that. If you ever played basketball past JV, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, let me see these comments and bring Marquell up. All right, so Matt Barnes trying the high road for that check now. Get Pav on base. Yeah, I would love to see them go back and forth. Yeah, I'm with that. And shout out to my guy DJ Ron Cut Truth Media. Y'all follow that brother, man. He doing his damn thing, and so appreciate you coming through the stream, my guy. All right, let's see. So they like when Pat Beverly, they wouldn't be able to get personal on certain people. Yeah, I mean it makes for good TV. Yeah, you gotta know when you get used to be a minstrel, as it were. You get used for that. So yeah, of course, he makes for great TV. And yeah, Braxton Hartnett-Briggs. So I get Braxton vibes from your boy Richard Jefferson. And see, I almost went down. He playing for the same team he represents. Let me put it that way. So sorry, I saw it. All right, let's see. Primetime says Pat and Matt are both on point. Matt, the girl with the good hair, just mad, you know. You know, I think he's okay with what he is, but I think in his heart of hearts, he wish he still was a professional basketball player, because the shit he does outside the court, man. Matt Barnes is mad reckless in a lot of ways. So yeah, to your point, I think he probably does wish he still was playing basketball. So let me bring up my guy Marquell, man. So again, y'all hit the like button on the stream. If you want to super chat, support the channel, I appreciate that. Without further ado, let me bring my guy up. Marquell, what's up, man?
What up, bro? Can you see me? Hold on.
I can't see you. I can hear you. I hear you fine.
Oh, there you go, bro. What's happening, bro?
Not much, man. So again, you're the muse of this show today, so I want you to talk your shit about why Pat Beverly has the right to say what he says.
Well, like I said, bro, dude averaged 37, 8 steals a game, bro. 6 rebounds and 6 assists. And and he worked his way up to the NBA. And when he was here in Houston, I was a Pat Beverly fan, bro, because you need them type of players on your team, bro. Even though he be with the antics, he still plays mind games with the players that's on the floor. And you need that. You know who he reminds me of? Larry Singletary, bro. He gonna play defense. He can make the plays, and he'll hit an occasional 3 when we need it.
Yeah,
that's exactly how he played. But he was kind of, off in the head.
Larry was our go-to guy in high school. Yeah.
So yeah.
But
you got people who didn't even hoop in high school talking about what this man can't say. Who are you to tell this man? Like I say, bro, that man grinded, and he's a damn good defensive player. So how can you tell this man he can't talk his shit about Chris Paul when Chris Paul him damn self can't even be reliable?
I'm gonna put you on solo mode because, and I want you to tell the people what you've done with your personal career. So let me go back to double mode. I'm gonna put. I want you to talk about what you've done because in this YouTube space it gets goofy. People who haven't done anything in the real world can kind of have a voice, which I mean, no problem. But when people who really done some stuff in the world, I like to highlight that. So I gotta say, this is a guy who we played ninth grade B team together, and the only reason probably he was on B team is because he played football. So with football, he was kind of behind the 8 ball of getting on the team. And this dude was dunking in ninth grade, like just when A team dudes weren't dunking. You know what I'm saying? And the A team produced, including me, 5 Division I players. You know, when it shook out. So Marquell, talk a little bit about what you've accomplished just personally with you, and then we'll get back to the subject matter. I just want to qualify you as a guest on my show, man.
I ain't gonna lie, like ninth grade, yeah, I was at 8, and then 10th grade, I went to Westfield, and shit, on the cool, I don't think I should have even transferred, bro. I should have stayed at Ike on the cool, because it was a lot of politics over there that was going on, that they giving boys a green light that, I don't go into that.
I'm with you, yeah.
So, instead of sit there and wait and play politics shit, I ran track just to stay in shape, and you know, for the females, and shit, nigga got good at it, and shit, I went on to be one of the fastest 200-meter runners in the state. Went to state in high jump, you know, went off to college. Only reason I didn't go to college where I should have went was University of Arkansas, because I got in trouble my senior year, and that felony effed everything up. So, you know. Ran with Olympic runners, Jeremy Warner, Darrell Williamson, you know what I'm saying? I seen enough to know that the motherfucker people that's talking noise shouldn't be talking noise, because you ain't did nothing close to what Pat Beverly did in his whole career in totality. So that was my whole gripe this morning. Like, you niggas couldn't even make a JV teams. Why are you talking?
And I again, so my whole thing is giving people flowers, man. And I want people to understand who's talking right now. It's a dude who I respect so much athletically, man. You know, and people got to understand to put that work in, to have an opinion, to even step at the table.
And I appreciate that too, bro. I appreciate
that. Absolutely, man. And so we're 17 deep, y'all guys, man. Again, like button, subscribe if you have not done so, because I want to give you this real talk.
Why is Matt Barnes talking? I'll take Pat Beverly over Matt Barnes. You wasn't that nigga either. So let that nigga talk, man.
Well, you know, Matt Barnes to me is trying to clean his image up to be a corporate guy. He's trying his best, but he teeters that line of trying to be how can I put it? I want to say the word rude boy, but that's like a Jamaican reference. He's trying to be like, he's trying to be like a rude boy, like, which is a gangster in Jamaican terminology. He don't know what he want to be. He want to be like button up. He want to be a rude boy. It's like, dude, like, which one you gonna be, bro? Like, so it is kind of funny when Matt Barnes plays this corporate game, because it's, you know, that's not his nature. We all know that. We all know that. So let me get to these comments, and I'm gonna let you keep rocking, Marquell. So shout out to Coffee to the World. It's a H up. AJ, what's up? Phenomenal brother, much wealthier. Love back, bro. Appreciate that. Will say the wrecking ball. Yeah, I mean, you know what time it is. Joseph High, man. Salute. Says, what up, who jogging? What up, back, my guy? Big Sparrow 1 says, Rondo says similar the things as Beverly said towards CP3. Interesting. Okay. All right. Very interesting. Yeah. And Big Sparrow says, old media projects certain players like, well, if we're being honest, those people deserve to be exalted. Like, these are your star players now. Even though I don't like Russell Westbrook, he deserves that attention. Like, if we're being honest. Justin B. Wilkins says, could you give a ranking of the best ball defenders? Like, do you mean like currently playing? So revise that comment for me. I'll see what I can try for you. Sub-Zero, I got you, bro. Let's see. Patrick talked about Matt Barnes a little this morning.
Oh,
okay. Damn. Man, they getting this going quick. Let me see if I can pull it up. Patrick Beverly, Matt Barnes. Man, see, this is an
And to pick
educational
up
lesson.
what Beverly said, bro. Chris Paul been getting cooked in that Western Conference for a while now at that point guard position by the young point guards in the West. Let's you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real, because Steph was cooking them his third year in the league. So
yeah. Chris Paul also has had a late renaissance, because if we're being honest, him pulling that heroic effort with OKC 2 years ago, that was damn impressive. That team was garbage. Like, if we're being honest, he had them damn in the second round, going 7 games with Houston, his former team, which was the hell of a storyline, because him just leaving and then Westbrook coming in, replacing him, and him taking them 7 games. That's damn impressive. Also, him having last year when he went to Phoenix, nobody thought Phoenix would be a finals contender. Take him to the finals, damn impressive. So I got to give him credit. But overall, yeah, his career has been very disappointing in the sense that with the Lob City, which everybody had such high expectations for, it did nothing.
He's a great offensive minded point guard.
Yeah,
but the latter part of his career, the outside of his career, he's slacking on the defensive end, bro. He'll get the occasional steal in the passing lane every now and then, but on ball defense, he's getting cooked.
No, I'm not denying that. And again, I'm not here to cape for Chris Paul. I'm really not. Like, I'm here for the truth.
Like I said, he turned that Phoenix. He like you said, he turned that Phoenix program around, bro. You can't knock him. But
yeah, he did.
But
no, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Pat Beverly went lying, bro. I mean, he was kind of disrespectful on how he said it, but he ain't lying.
Yeah, fair enough. And my whole thing is, man, I give players latitude all the way through, because I respect guys who got to NBA level. And for those new to the channel, the reason why I respect people who do it at that level is because I played against about 20 NBA players in my life. I know what it feels like to play against an NBA player, and these guys are the best players in the world. They just are. Now, they may not all be the same in the best, because there's, again, as Meek Mill says, there's levels to this shit. So in that levels situation, we got to at least respect everybody on the merit of the respect they deserve. And I don't take that away from anybody. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna bring up my guy Sub-Zero too, so we can kind of riff on this situation. Disrespect. Before I bring Sub up, you got anything else to add?
It was on us too, bro. Oh no, we'll talk about that later, bro. There was some other stuff you said in the comments.
Okay. Justin, if you can put that link put it right here on the stream. I see you sent it to me, but it's hard for me to put it on the. Hold on, it may not be that hard. Let me see. So, Sub, I'm about to bring you up. Let me play this link first. Got me working hard over here, goddamn.
Yeah, Kobe was the shooting guard.
Yeah, not the one not named Michael Jordan. And I'm a big, I've always loved Kobe. Like, Kobe's my guy.
Yeah. That's what we grew up on, bro. Yeah, so, him and Jordan.
Kobe's always been my guy. But, I mean, Jordan, from a proficiency standpoint, it ain't close, man.
What you think about Luka, bro?
Love Luka, man. I posted when he first got drafted that he was going to be that guy. I said what I said was, to be fair, he may not be the best in this draft, but Luka is good as advertised. Because what I like to do is, playing ball overseas, I've seen like Euro guys up close and personal. So I know the ones who in general, who going to translate next level. I said Ricky Rubio would be good. Which, I mean, overall, Ricky Rubio had a good career. I said,
it was just the injuries that hindered him.
Injuries, exactly. I said Kristaps Porzingis would be good. People thought he would be a bust. Now, his career is kind of tanking, it's trending down, I will acknowledge that. But at one point, Kristaps was like, damn, that was a steal. The Knicks got a steal. You feel me? Now injuries too. He's 7'3", his body don't work. It is what it is. But Kristaps came out like on fire for the Knicks, bro. Let me find this. Okay, yeah. So this is a post I made in hoop jargon in what you say 2018, June 21st, 2018. So I like to provide receipts on this channel. So I said, may not be the best player in this draft, but he is good as advertised. This young man will do work. I said that about your boy Luka Doncic 4 years ago. So that how the rapper say it like that's on wax, right? That shit's on wax. All right, so let me post. Okay, let me go to the link real quick and sub. I'm gonna bring you up. Can I click on the link, bro? Hey, damn it. Justin, see if you can send me that link because I want to go over this link. Wait, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna do a ghetto style.
Joker's winning that MVP, bro.
So my last video, I talked about that. I was saying I think Joel Embiid should have won it, but I'm not mad that Jokic won it. I'm happy two big men was doing their damn thing because I like the NBA being pure, and to me, pure is legit big man play. I'm biased, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm biased. It is what it is. All right, so okay, Pat Bev. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video the ghetto style.
Let's just say stuff. Oh, okay. It's a morning show. I just let people talk. It's a lot that goes into it. Keep pushing. Pat, you play with him?
Yeah.
You know him?
Love him.
What do you think he means here?
Like, I'm gonna go right at it. Like Matt Barnes, right? Matt Barnes made comments yesterday, which he's entitled to. Everyone's entitled.
The fuck?
Okay, I'm so sorry. Y'all hear me now? All
yeah.
right. I'm sorry. All right. Damn. All right. So I'm gonna go back. And Chris, JJ Redick, the resident woke, started talking too. So I want to hear JJ Redick. All this is new for me. So let's go through this. We got about 3 minutes of clips. So let's do it.
Ready to fight. But now, since you're not in the league no more, it's okay for you to talk about this man not giving the money that he's worked his entire life to deserve? Like, I don't understand it. Like, who raised you guys? Like, how come are you able to speak about somebody getting cooked, but then when it's your NBA brother, the same league that you played in, the same way that you take care of your family, he doesn't deserve this? Like, no one did that to you? I just don't understand it. But at the end of the day, James go be James. He hears the stuff that people say. He go take care of his body. He understands that, when you play with Brooklyn, KD, you don't have to, have all that firepower. So maybe he didn't work as hard in the summer, but trust me, he go want his rig back and he go come in with a revenge summer, and I'm excited.
Yeah, you're right. That shit sound nice. James Harden done. All right, keep going.
No bullshit.
I've been on James Harden head like hard body for about 7 years. Like, I was like, no, this dude ain't it, bro. Boy, make me look like a genius, man. I call this.
Barely play defense, so he ain't even give you nothing on the offensive end. So what is you needed for?
What are you giving? You can't even exactly. All right.
Do you think he's going to double down? He's hearing all the talk and he's saying, "This is revenge summer. I'm coming back better than ever."
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
That shit sound nice.
JJ, what do you think?
In regards to what this?
In regards to Harden. In regards to Harden and this idea that he's letting people talk. He's hearing it. He's seeing it.
That's every player. I mean, every player is looking for motivation. Everybody, whether they
Agreed.
say they do or not, every player hears everything.
Agreed.
You can ignore Twitter for 2 years.
And let me say this. These dudes watch these YouTube channels. Their people watch these YouTube channels. That's literally how I got to meet LeVar Ball. They watch this shit. So don't think your voice goes nowhere. Even kind of counter to the point I started off with people with unqualified opinions. If you have some type of fan base, people do watch these shows. Believe that.
I did. I logged off all my social media accounts. My dad, my brother, my friends, they'd link me. Look what he said about you.
Exactly. That's how it goes. Exactly.
Every player uses that as motivation. We're all psychos. We're all sickos. We're constantly looking for a source of motivation. Look, here's the bottom line. I think that the Sixers should actually absolutely bring him back. I think he's in a position where he can win. The big question to me is, what are you willing to pay him? What kind of pay cut is he potentially willing to take? I wouldn't give him the supermax where he's making $60 million at age 37. And how do you build a roster around him? They just lost Danny Green to an ACL injury.
Y'all heard that?
They really don't have a lot of two-way wings. And you can make an argument whether or not
James Harden is slated to make $60 million.
And one thing is, he's talking about players use that as motivation. He sees the comments and this, that, and that. We've been talking about that for 8 years now. When are you going to start using it as motivation to do something in the playoffs?
Hey, let me. I wanted to kind of address the other.
I think he kind of got to the crescendo of what he's talking about.
Yeah. And shout out to everybody, man. I enjoy the content. Love your show. Let me say this, man. I played ball. Played overseas. I suppose went to Texas Arlington under Eddie McCarter back in the late 90s, but I wound up at Tuskegee, which I love. Yeah, I swear by HBCUs. But the thing is, let me say this, man. I'm kind of torn, and I'm gonna tell you why. I do believe that he has the right to say what he wants to say. This whole thing, this whole mantra of you can't say anything because you have to be just as good as this person, or you have to be to play in the NBA. You have to be. I think that's really folly. We're starting to realize that the best coaches are either mediocre players, guys that didn't even play in the NBA. They played high school ball. So that's one thing. And then also, if you listen to Pat Bev, I think that's what makes him Pat Bev. What made him who he is. I was kind of like him. I didn't feel like I wasn't on that level, but I was kind of like I was a guy that took shit personal. When I was young, people used to get me out my game, have me. I used to go home and cry, like just throw shit around. I was angry. That's how I played with rage. That made me good. That drove me. That made me work out every day. That made me play 6 days a week. That made me hit the weights every day, right? Every day I was on the squat rack 7 days a week, not 7, 5. I was on the literally every day. And I did that because I wanted to be the best basketball player I could be. And I wanted to prove everybody wrong that said all I could do is jump, all I could do. So I would dribble, I would do all this stuff. That's who Pat Bev is. So I can relate to him. Short. I respect the way he plays defense because I don't understand why people in the NBA do this. But when they play defense, they'll just when a guy wants to shoot the ball, they'll just stand there and put their hands up and let the guy shoot. Pat Bev, the way he plays defense, if you pull up on Pat Bev, he's jumping towards you trying to cup your shot. You can be 5'6". He's coming towards you trying to make you alter your jump shot, which is how you play defense.
And I was not that type of guy. I played great defense. I was great at timing. Like I would block a lot of shots. I'm only 6'7" with short arms, small hands. I don't have these crazy attributes genetically, but I was real good at that. But one thing I didn't do is get up in people like that because it's hard. It's very hard to do that shit. So to your credit, go ahead.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He figured out because that's what made me a good defender. And they would always put me on the other team's best guy You gotta like, why don't people pay attention when they play defense? That's not, to me, I don't even think that's defense. It's easy for an athletic guard to just jump over a guy standing there with his hands up and shoot the ball and put it in. Yeah. That's not hard to do. So he's a great defender. Now, that being said, what he needs to understand is that because he lives in his head, he's personable, he takes stuff personal. You gotta understand, man, Pat Bev has to understand that, God, these people don't stun your ass, bro. You live in your head. Everybody know you're a high energy player. I love to see him, dog out the Lakers. When they beat the Lakers, I had an orgasm. I mean, I literally busted a nut. I mean, I loved it. The way he was screaming at LeBron, I love that shit. Right? But that being said, you got to understand, ain't nobody stunning your ass. Like, these people are making $200-300 million. They don't stun you. This guy is arguably top 5, top 10 point guard of all time, even with all the losses, the injuries. This is the first time he's really lost straight out without running up against, like, okay, he ran against Giannis last year. Wasn't nothing they can do about that. But outside of that, the guy has been playing real good, been on a bunch of good teams that were 1 or 2 pieces away. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I think he really makes Devin Booker look great. I think without him, Devin Booker was just, they were damn near a lottery team without him, right? And then they got Chris Paul, and look at him. So you got to give him his props.
It's changed for him. That's just facts.
And what I hate about NBA players, they get in this mindset like, I played in the NBA. Like me, I can argue basketball with anybody, but you can't just say that they can't understand the game enough. You can understand, look, it's basketball. It's not freaking neurosurgery, man. It's basketball. It's you know what I'm saying? Like, a guy can half-ass watch a couple of games for a week that played high school ball and make an intelligent statement. Like, they act like they doing some, like, you know what I'm saying? I played with NBA players. I played overseas. I'm telling you, it's not that much difference. It's just size and ability most of the time. It doesn't, it's not, okay, well, you got to understand the X's and O's. I played for coaches in high school. We had some complex ass offenses, man. Press breakers, press, 3/4 press. We had all types of stuff. We had the press breaker for each one of those. We had different types of zones, man-to-man, different types of flex offense, motion offense. Come on, man. You done all that. Once you learn all that by high school, man. What else? So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when you get to the NBA, it's more so about learning a player's abilities. This is it. So they look at the scouting report, they watch film, and that's how they play you. They design it around. That's how they play people, man. They're like, and that's what I don't like about, like, when Skip Bayless got into it with what's his face, Jalen Rose. Everybody had an orgasm. Like, oh man, Jalen Rose, he should have told Skip. I'm like, well, Jalen's not just talking to Skip. He's talking to every one of you motherfuckers that didn't play in the NBA and didn't make an all-star team, but didn't. Everybody.
Yeah.
He's talking to all of us. They not just talking to, if you're talking to Pat Bev like that, he's talking to me, you, everybody. It's just like these rappers. When they throw money at people in people's faces, somebody, I could buy you, they think they can buy me, they think they can buy all of us. And so I'm very mindful. And I'm old enough to be half these cats' daddy. So it's like, bro, you can't, I'm looking at you like you're a little child, man. What are you doing? Okay, you got money, you tall, you 6'9", you got drafted. So you better than me? You more man than me now? Because my brother told me that when I first grabbed the basketball, don't ever let a man judge your manhood or you judge somebody else's manhood on how well they can play this sport, which is what they tend to do. They all tend to, this is a judgment of you're not on his level. You can't, how they not, look, everybody gets cooked, man. In his prime, Kobe got cooked. In his defensive prime, Kobe got cooked by Melo. Kobe got cooked. In Jordan, I seen Jordan get cooked. Jordan was first team all defense, still got cooked some nights. I have cooked guys that are way better than me. I knew I wasn't on their level, but I cooked their ass a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, night in, night out, Kobe, Michael Jordan, and even Chris Paul have been able to give it to guys on every level and cook more than somebody else cooked them, which is why he's Chris Paul. If he got cooked and he was nobody and he got locked up, and then he wouldn't be Chris Paul, and he is.
Yeah.
I've seen him make some real dirty plays, and I think he's an asshole. I think on the court. And even if you watch Jason Whitlock with this whole thing with his mom getting touched, once I saw and heard what happened, I was like, oh, okay, they overreacted. The dude touched her on the shoulder and said, you need a hug or something crazy like that. And they made it into an assault. I'm like, come on, man. And so I agree with Jason Whitlock. I think it was overblown. At first, I was like, oh, hell no. I don't blame Chris Paul. So I thought he really did assault him. But it wasn't that. But that's what they made it into. And so, like I said, Pat Bell got the right to say what he's saying. I think he's earned that right. The guy's fought wars in the league, and he's a warrior. Yeah, he has his antics, but he's a little bit different than Draymond to me. Draymond says a lot of stupid shit.
Yes, he does.
Whereas I think Pat Bev is more personable, like when he said that about LeBron during the bubble. Well, if LeBron wants us to play, we're going to play. Like, everybody knew the media kind of didn't really talk about it. Everybody, because the media wanted LeBron to get that chip. They wanted it because they needed it. It's LA. Kobe just died. We want LeBron to get this chip, because they wanted that. And so that was big. You know what I'm saying? Him saying it, him going at LeBron like he does. He's one of the few players I know in the league that when he played LeBron, don't give a damn if he's on a weak team. He going at his ass. He don't like him. That's how I want you to play. Like how the Knicks used to play Jordan. Guess what? Those were some of the greatest series. If you go back and watch those games now, in the game where the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings was about to fight every play, that's the best basketball because it's all passion and it's best for the fans. That's what we care about. We want a great show. So him not liking his ass and taking it, with LeBron is, hey, let's go party tonight after the damn playoff game. Yeah. No, nigga, I'm trying to knock your damn teeth out and tell your damn, all right, we cool in the summer, but I'm gonna knock you on your ass.
And what you're saying is apropos of reality, because guys don't understand. Sports was created to be the great distraction. That took you away from all your personal problems, all the issues you got going with what you have, to take your mind off the toils of work. And you want to see, and in Inception, it was gladiators, guys literally fighting to their deaths, fighting the lions and shit like that. That's why sports is so revered the way it is now, because on Inception, it was life and death. And that's why people will fight at games over the success or non-success of teams. And that's why we generally like guys who put it all on the line, or at least look like they're doing it, because that's it, man. Because guess what? You come to work, you work your 9 to 5, you working your job, you breaking your damn back, you come home, you grab a beer, you want to watch the game. You don't want to see motherfuckers half-assing it, man. You don't want to see motherfuckers coming up there like, hey, man, let's go hang out after the game. Man, he's my guy, man. We doing business deals together. Damn that. Damn all that. I want to see y'all fight. Damn, they're not physically. But if you do, hey, that's cool too. But what I'm saying is, I want to see y'all at each other's throats. I don't want to see y'all being buddies in the summer. That's why I like Giannis. He's becoming my favorite player, because Giannis, I ain't working out with y'all. I'm going to work on my own. I'm going to do my own thing. And that's me. And that's a personality thing. Personality that I had to get it out the mud. I was just a little 6'1" powerful, straight up. Couldn't dribble. Yeah. Rode the. I can't. So my personality is different. I'm a fighter. I respect and love people that earn what they get, because that's my personality. And some people have been that guy. You was in the clique. Everybody liked you. You started from 7th grade up. You know what I'm saying? You was all city. Your name was in the paper. You can't relate. So you like a guy like that. Me, I can't stand dudes like that, because guess what? I can tell you stories of those guys that were like that were assholes to me. That we win the win the city championship. Yeah, we won the city championship. And a nigga told me, nigga, why you getting up there? You ain't even getting the game. Everybody laughing. That nigga, man, I wanted to kill that motherfucker. I was like, this bitch, I said, fuck you, nigga. I said something back, but in my mind, I was like, damn, I've been to practice with you. I worked just as hard as you. I ran the laps. I ran the suicides. I cheered you on, all that shit. And because you started, and you was slightly, the nigga wasn't that good, but back then in junior high, he was better than me. By the time we got to high school, it was different. But back then, he was better than me, and he talked slick. And I was like, I would never say that. I would never do that. If I was in that position,
I would never treat people like an asshole. The reason Pat Bell feels this way is because probably, if I had to really call it out, Chris Paul has been an asshole, and he sees it. And so he's like, fuck that nigga. Because that's how he is. He's just like me. And I'm not trying to say it like that, but I understand that if you say that shit, people going to come back at you. Well, that's Chris Paul. Who are you? Da, da, da. Like that. If I know dudes that you probably never heard of that were ranked in the top 5 in 1990, whatever, top 10, top 15 in the country. That was a straight up asshole. Right? But the tables have turned, let's put it like that, in life, but and so this dude right here, he that's what it is. Most of these guys that you see, most basketball, that's why I always say on my channel, man, basketball players are assholes. Most of them are. And they say you have to be. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe you have to treat people like shit. I don't. I could be I was a warrior. I laid it all out on the line. But after the game, we cool. It was never, fuck you, bitch, I'm better than you. You a piece of shit because I hit 30 points and you hit 8. It's never been that. I can't. That's what I don't like about him.
Back on that, because I'm sure you have a fiery personality. I'm sure if I polled people you played, some people would label you an asshole, and it's just that's the nature of the game. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
I was always the guy that was the role player. I really think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody to say I treated them like an asshole.
But the
like
way
you find somebody that say I went at their ass and you say something. Now we playing ball. No. Now if we playing ball and we at war, yeah, you're gonna find some nigga. Oh, that nigga was fiery. You'll find that. But what you won't find is I walked off the court and treated them like shit because they couldn't play.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's what I see. I see a lot of that. Or okay, you Pat Bev, you a fight. And there's levels to it. Yeah. Chris Paul is top 5, top 10, depending on who you ask. Point guard all time. So I mean, he's statistically up there. This guy's gonna be when he retires, he's gonna be one of the greatest to ever play. Even if he doesn't get a chip, they're gonna. And then the guy's getting $200-300 million for years now.
So let me say this too. I'm actually, and Marquell can attest to this. I was a late bloomer, so that's probably why me and you cool. That's probably yeah. Dog, that's why me and you cool. That's why I resonate with this, and that's why when Marquell posted this early, because Marquell know me. Like people, like I can't get on YouTube and start stunning like I was this magnanimous guy that I was always the greatest, because they could call my bluff easily, and that's why I'm honest. And that's why at the Mansfield meetup, I told my story, bro. I was a 1-year letterman, and I went professional. I went the furthest from anybody. I went D1. I went pro. From being a 1-year letterman, which is damn near impossible, you know what I'm saying, from a statistical standpoint. So I identify with this mantra so much because, like you said, like dudes who are blue bloods who get the rankings early and shit, bro. I remember, I'm gonna say his name, but I don't want no smoke. Indy Eby, that's one of the worst NBA players I played in my life. That nigga's trash. Indy Eby is trash. I'm just being honest. You know who else was trash? PJ Tucker was trash, in my opinion. Just from having to guard this nigga, I'm like, this nigga is sorry.
Wait a minute. PJ Tucker who?
The PJ Tucker. I played him in college. We played at UT. Now, we lost by 71. Let me preface this. Let me preface this the right way. They had LaMarcus Aldridge and Boobie Gibson, too. So they had 3 NBA niggas on that team. However, PJ Tucker individually was one of the easiest covers I had in my life. Like, I was nervous. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga, he's gonna be a draft pick.
It's usually like that. We play
sorry as fuck. That's just what my opinion was, right?
That was because I was a good defender. They would put me on the other team's best guy, and it was most nights. It was you couldn't even tell. I was like, who's the best guy again? Like I really, and I played at in the CAC conference, and we played against some guy. Now I ran up against 1 or 2 dudes, I was like, this nigga serious. Like, he's serious. Like, but that I'm being straight up. Not everybody was trash, but most dudes, most nights, man, the dude got hot against West Virginia. He hit 39. This guy got hot against so-and-so. He hit. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah, you going to check Van Liff. Van Liff for Alabama A&M. He hit 39 on West Virginia. I'm like, okay, cool. I get out there, his first 3 shots, I cuffed him. I was like, man, come on, dog. Come on. Like I'm not even trying. I'm talking about the dude by 6'6". I'm 6'1". But I guess I was quick, man. I can get off the ground real fast. And people had to adjust to that shit. So I was probably damn near one of the best blockers in the conference. I rode the bench a lot of games. I still was I probably was in the top 3 in blocks in the whole conference. Because it would be games I had like 6, 7 blocks. But not because I'm just such a great player. It's just that was the skill set that I wound up having played big man in junior high and high school. By the time I got out, I could get in the post with a big in a minute. It wasn't nothing, And so that kind of helped me. But the thing I'm just saying is, I just feel like basketball players, to me, because think about basketball, it's only 5 of y'all. Usually basketball guys are the pretty boys at the school.
Facts.
All the girls, because I had the girls and I had a few women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna have the girls if you're on the team, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so I know what it's like when you're the guy, you're the man, and the girls coming to the game. It's 2,000 people sitting there watching you go baseline and windmill or dunk backwards or something, and you walking after the game. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? You see that type of attention. And then you expect a little 18-year-old kid to
laughing. He know what time it is, boy. You windmill on nigga. Boy, Oh yeah. Especially when they don't know you can do it. That's when it's lovely. But the thing was, you do that, and then after the game, man, people talking to you, and girls, and man, so and so say she want to holler at you. I remember I played against Carver. Man, I had so many girls, bro. I had girls coming calling the damn. One girl came from JD, went in the office, got my attendance card, got my phone number, and called my house. So she's from a whole nother school. That's the era back
then. And the girl was bad. I was like, and they told me, I said, man, what's her name came up here? She asking about you. Like, who? I didn't know who she was because I ain't go to the other school. So I'm like, who is that? Man, she called my house and it was like, man, how you pull that off? I'm like, man, I don't know.
Hey, son, hold on. You cooking, but I want Marquel to hop in because he's not YouTube trained like that. I want him to.
Oh, my bad. Go. What's up, brother? Go ahead, man.
That nigga too. So I want to hear him kind of speak on what we riffing on right now, bro. Go ahead. Yeah, Sub-Zero is from Alabama. So what can you speak on the testament of like being that guy off your athletic talents, bro? Because I know you know this lane. Oh, you on mute, bro. You on mute, Marquel. You on mute.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, you good. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, just being a man, but when I got to a certain school, bro, I didn't have to go to none of my classes, bro, and they passed me, dog. Like senior year, I didn't have to go that last semester. Like half of my classes, bro, I didn't go to class, bro. I just went home or do what young gentlemen did with young ladies, and that was it. Cause what I was producing on the track.
Yeah,
I mean, even though I should have been my ass in class, I appreciate it. Yeah, y'all making it easy on me, cause they just know what you gonna become, and and it being a HISD school, so it is what it is.
I was about to say now you undershoot this because you went to Booker T. Washington and you went to Westfield, 2 prominent schools in Houston. How was it with the ladies reacting to your athletic prowess?
Well, coming from Westfield to Booker T, it was a downgrade because it wasn't that many baddies at Booker T, and then the baddies, it was all the niggas was on them, so it was like you had select a few that ain't been ran through, so
it's a hood school for y'all who don't know. It's a hood school he talking about. Go ahead.
But like I said, come from Westfield, they didn't compare. But at Westfield, bro, it's like you had a girlfriend and you had it.
Anytime you say Booker T, I knew it was a hood school. Like, hey, Booker T, George Washington Carver, that's the hood school, though.
Yeah. But shit, you dunk on a nigga, in the game, you getting some action after that bitch on the cool.
Facts. I'll put it this way, man. One of my games I played at Arkansas Pine Bluff, man, I'm gonna pull the video up. This dunk I had in game. When I tell you my MySpace lit up, and I'm aging myself here.
I say MySpace,
bro. My MySpace lit up, and everybody knew I had a gal.
That nigga had all no notifications,
bro. They was like, "I seen you at the I was just like, yeah, you seen that, huh? It's crazy how clout plays out in the sports realm. And so to Sub's point, like those things it does teach you what your value is in society, even on a smaller scale, if you got the gifts to that.
Right. Now tell me, since you played for Prairie View, if you went against Texas A&M and went up on a cat backwards or windmilled on a cat, that's the game you want to do it. You want to do it against when it's people all standing up on the walls. Like we played Morehouse, bro. I'm talking about it was standing room only, people outside, the band in there. It's live. That's when you want to catch it and just try to tear a cat head off. You know what I'm saying? That's it there, boy.
Absolutely. And you a damn fool if that's not what your goal is on a game like that. So us was Texas Southern. So we playing TSU. I was trying my goddamn best to do something because it was gonna resonate in the old school Facebook and in MySpace streets. So this is the dunk that I'm glad I found it early because I was about to give up. All right, so this was my senior year. All right, so this is me right here boxing out at this low spot. Can everybody see?
You ain't got to show off with the little film. We see you, dog. You ain't got to show it.
Exactly. Because niggas be capping on these streets. So, so I'm sorry. I lied to y'all. That's me who got the rebound right there.
Hey, my film ain't on no. They ain't got none of our stuff. I played 99, 2000.
Yeah, that's back before they had film back then. They ain't had nothing. They had the little.
Wait a minute, now we had film. They just ain't put it on the internet.
Just fuck with you. But so that's me right here running the court. So point guard go up for the layup. He get it blocked. I catch that bitch out there and dunk it. Dog, my MySpace lit the fuck up. And one thing, a few things I've observed in this video, just being a borderline narcissist. I watched the crowd react. So I watched how the band was reacting. Cynthia Cooper is right here. The old AD, who's now the SWAT commissioner, Charles McClellan, is right here. I watched everybody reaction to my dunk. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Charles is right here. Charles McClellan is right here. He's the SWAT commissioner now. I watched everybody's reaction, and I saw why people did, like how I got that feedback from that. And it was because, I mean, it was a hell of a play, and it was off something that was from nothing, which is a block layup. You know what I'm saying? And in real time, dog, people was going nuts, dog. And it's crazy, but it's funny how just something trivial as I mean, if you watch basketball enough, you're going to see somebody dunk on somebody. I mean, it's just inevitable. But it's funny what that brought to me as an individual player, just, kind of lending myself to the point we're talking about. That's all I got. Y'all can riff. All right.
What about your homeboy played at? Where he played at?
Go ahead, Marquel.
Oh, I played at Westfield. I ran track at Booker T, though.
Oh, so you a one-leg leaper. You wasn't them one-leg leapers then. You got a lot of dunks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was two-leg, man. I had to, you know what I'm saying?
Same here.
I could do it on one, but man, one you could, man, I'm talking about you ain't got to slow down. You could be in traffic. You can get bumped.
Yes.
You could dunk on the way down. I ain't learned how to do that till I was about like 25 where I got good at it.
Yeah.
But when I was like young and playing, because I wanted to be like Michael Jordan and lean so much, that's all I ever did was work on lean going up vertical. But yeah, I already know.
Yeah, that's facts, man. And it's funny. I was such an unimpressive one-leg dunker playing ball overseas. I remember I got a breakaway and I dunked off one leg, and my teammates were like laughing at me. That's because they know what I'm capable of. Like I used to windmill on niggas in practice, but I'm a 2-foot jumper. So I had it was a steal. So sub to his point, I had to get it like in a fluid motion and go off one, and I just rim grazed it because that's the best I could do off one. And it was so hard for me to dunk off 1 foot. So people like Marquel who can go off one, like I always kind of low key hate it because I can't do it. My body won't let it happen.
One of the things about being an athlete that I really hated was they would always say that's all you could do because. And I'm like, dude, I'm on the team. I'm playing college basketball. We got a manager that can jump better than me. We had a manager. I mean, this cat could do anything, but that's all he could do was fly. He was about 6'3". That cat would take off from the dotted line, 2-footed on just about anybody. Getting the way he gonna come down on top of you and land on you. Like that's how he was. A super dunker, but he was a project player. All he could do was fly. Yeah. He's like Michael Wilson from Memphis. Y'all probably don't remember him back in the day, 50-inch vertical. But that's all he could do. And so these guys, you know, people say, oh man, that's all you can do is jump. So that forced me to work on my ball handling. That forced me to work on my jump shot. That forced me to work on my defense. And so, so I was able to play at other levels, and I got to Brazil. I'm like, okay, I was trash. I went over here. I was in the newspaper. They did a little article on me in my city. For me, I was a success story. I always tell people I can hold my head high with my basketball career. I went from not scoring 2 points my whole 7th grade year to playing overseas professional. For me, I don't give a damn if it was just $1,500 a month. For my little ass, 6'1", and this catch that was way better than me, that hitting 20, 30 points, getting letters from Alabama, Auburn, all the damn, you know what I'm saying, Duquesne, getting Creighton, all of them was coming into practice. I outplayed all them niggas. Them cats, they ain't play on my level. You see what I'm saying? Not to say that they couldn't. Yeah, not to say they couldn't, but like I said, it was desire. I didn't quit. I kept going, and I worked hard. That's why, for me, I'm a success. And I feel like guys like me or like a Pat Bell should be able to say, yeah, man, I disagree. I think this. Oh, you ain't played. You ain't like, wait a minute, bro. Because everything you're saying, take in mind, that's referring to everybody. And you can't tell everybody to shut up about basketball or football, because guess what? There are people that probably can't make a basketball team or a football team that'll tell you all the X's and O's, tell you the plays, tell you the routes, tell you everything. And they know what they're talking about. And I do think there is a certain level of being a warrior and having played myself that non-players can't relate to. Yeah. I do think having been in the trenches, that's why I don't like LeBron James. Because I know when somebody is running from smoke. I know people that when their team is up, they bumping their gums, they losing, they quiet, ready to leave the gym when they got beat. That's that guy. That's LeBron. LeBron, when his team up, he flexing and running up the court and putting stuff on Twitter. But then when his ass getting handed to him, everybody quiet. He leaving the game early. He didn't even want to shake hands. You know, that's the difference. I know people like
was that Memphis game earlier this year.
Exactly. He gives up.
Got on his ass. He felt disrespected because they pulling the him on him.
That's what I'm saying. And my thing is, at the end of the day, like I said, the guys are top. I say top 10. I would say top 10. I ain't gonna say top 5.
But that's disrespectful though. These days, if you say LeBron's top 10, he ain't the GOAT. Like, chill.
GOAT. I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you're talking GOAT, you're gonna use statistics.
He can't be the GOAT.
You're gonna use. Well, you can't be the GOAT if you keep losing every year. Like you can't lose. And then you put the guy against Michael Jordan, and you got to go into his damn 4th year in the league. Well, he lost this year, and then you're like, okay, yeah, by his 6th year he was champion, and didn't lose. Then he came back and lost. Even Shaq, like Shaq was just talking not too long ago, saying, "Yeah, I beat MJ. I beat prime MJ." You know, damn. Oh, so we supposed to forget he played 2 years of baseball, came back out of shape, played 15 games. Then you beat him. Then he was mad, came back and swept you with Penny. Swept y'all like y'all were children. Talking about that series? Like, stop it, man.
Let's be for real, dog. Let's be for real. Let's see. Hey, Marco, I gotta say on your post, your boy Steve Bowie, he say, man, I don't care about none of that shit. He's a role player talking down on the bona fide Hall of Fame. See, and that's my problem. I don't know if your boy played like that, but you, in my opinion, Pat Bev is a peer of Chris Paul. He just is, whether you like it or not. This dude put that work in to be an NBA player for how many years now? What, like 11? Right? So we can't get goofy in these discussion points and invalidate somebody who went way farther than us. Like Brian Scalabrine, this is my favorite reference point. Brian Scalabrine can talk shit to his face turn red, which probably takes 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, he's 6'9" specimen who would wash everybody on this panel, everybody listening, the best person they know personally. That's what he pays. Well, he has.
He issued a challenge. And beat the brakes off a bunch of pro players, bunch of dudes that was overseas.
Exactly.
And he was in retirement, out of shape. He came to the gym, beat the brakes off a bunch of dudes.
6'9".
Yeah.
So you telling me Brian Scalabrine can't speak on Kevin Durant? You out your fucking mind. When in inverse, we who ain't make it like that, or you meaning the listener who didn't even play JV, what makes you think you can invalidate the opinion of a Pat Beverly, of a Ryan Scalabrine?
I mean, based on that, bro, everybody, the only people that can talk would be Magic, exactly. LeBron, and
it's like
Jordan.
10 niggas who speak on basketball. By that logic. There's 10 motherfuckers who can talk on basketball. Who everybody win a GOAT discussion, everybody else shut up. No.
For real.
Real shit. I mean, in the chat, y'all can point off I'm lying. Y'all hit the like button. Man, we giving y'all that gospel today, man. I didn't think the show would go this long. But again, Marquel inspired me, man. So I'm doing the show because this stuff needs to be discussed because it gets so goofy talking about sports.
I mean, look, Draymond talk shit. Draymond be talking shit to Barkley. I'm like, Draymond, you can't talk shit to Barkley, dude. You ain't nowhere near Barkley.
See, I argue you can. It's just level to it. Go ahead, Marquel. I feel like he's about to rock. Go ahead.
Nah. Go ahead. Finish. He can finish.
No,
I'm just saying, Draymond be talking like Draymond. Because he on a good team, talks down to Barkley because he got more championships. I got championships. That's how Shaq does Barkley. And I'm like, Shaq, Barkley know just as much if you is a basketball. He has everything. Every time you ever notice, it seems like Shaq got a vendetta against Barkley. Barkley don't really come for him. It's always Shaq. Well, you can't understand this, Chuck. I built this arena, Chuck. I got 4 rings, Chuck.
You say you
like,
never back to back, so
you never did this, Chuck. You never understood, Chuck. You never. I'm like, dude, the only reason you can talk like that, you was getting swept, you was getting beat in the first round, and then you got Kobe. Kobe manned up. There you go. Then you went played with D Wade and was falling off. Then that's why you didn't get as many Finals MVP. Like, come on, man.
Quiet as kept. Quiet. Yeah. Now, D Wade recently said something that I don't agree with. Talking about you can't discuss basketball with discussing me, which is a flat out lie, sir. You were never MVP. You had a great career, no question, but we can erase D Wade.
He wasn't MVP final?
Huh?
He wasn't MVP final?
Oh, yeah, he won Finals MVP 2006, I believe. But we could erase D Wade and the NBA story would be just fine. Like, you wouldn't, ain't nobody come see you, Otis. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so if we're being honest.
No, but at the same time, when you're talking shooting guards and you bring up Harden, then you say Harden is better than Wade, that's disrespectful. And I be seeing a lot of that.
Facts. I'm with you. And I said that, like, D Wade, again, no disrespect to D Wade. I think he is top 4 shooting guards of all time. No disrespect. But if you want to transmute that over to the overall NBA, I like, 1 second, my brother. Like, no.
I mean, but at the same time, he did a lot young, and then for him to bow down and let LeBron come and do what LeBron did in Miami, that was he kind of took a foot back. And then once LeBron left, he was never the player he was before LeBron got there.
Which is smart on his part. He acquiesced to a better player.
Well, no, I agree with old boy. I think D Wade in 2010 came to Cleveland, gave LeBron 46. D Wade was top 3 in the NBA. D Wade, when he got there, tried to play Robin, and when Sean Marion locked his ass up, locked LeBron up, he didn't know what to do. Then D Wade came back, tried to lead, took the lead a little bit. They was talking about that. Then LeBron won, and the rest was history with LeBron, but he was a front runner. Mm-hmm. But if you go back, D Wade, if he had just took Bosh and maybe one other guy that was good but not LeBron, he would have been, D Wade would have won probably 3 more championships. D Wade would probably be in that conversation of GOAT, just like they doing LeBron. And LeBron would have still won a couple, but you basically sacrifice your entire legacy for LeBron. That's what I think he did. I think he's not in nobody's top 10. He should be if he had if you had just took you, Bosh, and maybe one other piece like a Jimmy Butler type player, you'd have did the same thing and probably would have won. Why would you?
I don't agree.
Why would you take second, bro? You take Jimmy Butler, who's a better defender than LeBron. You take D-Wade, who's a good defender, and you take Bosh. They would have been a better defensive team that had more cap space. They'd have been able to do more, and he still had enough physical years in his body. He played like another 7-8 years of being a decent player. He could have still been relevant in Miami. Then you got Pat Riley, who would have got him the pieces, and they'd have had the money to get him.
I don't question that. I'm just saying 3 championships. Hell no, ain't no way.
They got 2 with just him and D-Wade. They would have. They got 2. I believe they would have beat OKC if he'd have had a couple other pieces besides LeBron. The San Antonio team, they was gonna lose. They was gonna lose both of those. If they'd have came back, they was gonna lose to San Antonio. They was gonna lose to San Antonio regardless. Didn't matter who they had. They were gonna lose.
San Antonio's a real team, and I always preach on this channel that if you run a real system and you execute, you have an opportunity to win. Period. So San Antonio, and I tell people all the time, they went and got fucking Marco Bellinelli when they lost the first year with the Ray Allen corner three. They came back, and that's all. Because if we remember things in context, people were just loading up. Like when Miami lost, they would have got Rashard Lewis, and they would have got just guys who were former star players loading the team up, right? And these guys turned into role players. So San Antonio would have got Marco Bellinelli, which at the time was very underwhelming. And then they ended up winning the goddamn championship, beat the brakes off them. So I agree with that premise because they're just a well-prepared team. Let me ask this question real quick from Joseph High. Have you ever seen anybody play pro that didn't go to high school? Yeah, well, I saw, now this is a meme, with Dennis Rodman getting that designation. Because I know he went to South Oak Cliff High School in Dallas, but he never was really known for being a hooper. And the meme said that he didn't even play at all. So I don't know.
Deterrio Mays is from Montgomery, Alabama, played for Murray State before there was Ike Spencer and Rah-Rah. He played back in the 90s. He gave Jeff Capel, I think he gave Jeff Capel 30 in the tournament. Went overseas and played in Switzerland for like damn near 20 years. He just retired.
Okay.
Know how he got cut in high school.
Salute to him. And so in juxtaposition, Dennis Rodman, a guy who allegedly didn't play at all at South Oak Cliff, went to an NAIA school and then went to the goddamn NBA, is a Hall of Famer. So that's a hell of a story. It just is. And I put that on my community tab the other day, so y'all check the tab out. So I got a new panel entrant up here. My guy Tony D back to the show, man. Tony D, what you got on the subject, man?
Man, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, bro.
First and foremost, man, I'm a Wade fan. Been that way since I seen him at Marquette play against Cincinnati. Wade tripped out. Bro, you just borderline top 5 in shooting guard, depending on who you asking. I always say he a good, as far as what I've seen, definitely number 3. Of course, we already know who 1 and 2 is. If you ask some older cats, they might say he 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? So he tripped out with that. But as it pertains to people speaking and then trying to bring people speaking on players and then trying to bring their credibility to light, man, if that came to pass, hoop jargon wouldn't even be hoop jargon because wouldn't be enough people in there to really start talking about the players themselves. My only thing is, man, look, if we're going to hold, all these top tier players, these elite players accountable, well, then let's do it for everybody. You got to keep the same energy. And I think that was Pat Beverly, pretty much saying, like, we know what Paul George did when he was with Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Going to battle with D-Wade, Braun, and Chris Bosh in the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? But when he got to the Clippers, we was making all the jokes, pandemic Pete, but we already know what he did. You know what I'm saying? But we gave him that smoke for stinking it up.
Yep.
It ain't no difference with Chris Paul. This wasn't no, one bad game from Chris Paul. Chris Paul hadn't played well since game 2. He just didn't. And it's okay to say, hey, man, you stunk it up. It's just as simple as that.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Everybody trying, like Matt Barnes, like I don't agree with that. Matt Barnes trying to call a spade a spade. We call CP3 the point guard. It's still one of my favorite players to this day. But hell, he stunk it up. Shit. I like James Harden. When that nigga stink it up, I tell everybody all the time, when shit hit the fan, you're gonna see James Harden fold 9 times out of 10.
Yep.
It just is what it is. Like, but I can also say, hey, I know when every loss ain't on him. Like, we don't have to stick to the narrative. Like, we watch the games, we know what's really going on. We'll see a player score 30 and then be like, well, he ain't doing enough, so it's his fault. Man, come on now. Yep. We know what's really going on. Like, we don't have to follow these narratives, man. Chris Paul is the point guard. Hey, he legit. His legend, just like AI, they legendary. It's set in stone. But when you stinking it up, everybody can call it out because that's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Right. So all these capes flying around for Chris Paul, man, I won't hear that. That man stunk it up.
It's like KD. KD, my favorite player. I'm like, I ain't jumped in front of now bullet for that man, dog. That's basketball.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, keep cooking, Tony. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's all I had for right now.
Okay.
But who is that? JJ Redick.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got him on ESPN instead of what's that man? Old Mad Dog. I don't want to hear from that old cat no more. Keep JJ Redick on there and some former actual players on there.
Old
dude. Balance. They need ESPN was missing that balance. That's why I was glad, as absurd as Big Perk can get sometimes, I'm glad he on there. You know what I'm saying? These former players kind of keep the balance because some of these cats that's, that didn't play, and I'm one of them, didn't play college, barely played high school. It's all great. But as it relates to media, you're going to need some of them former players to keep some of these cats in line, man, because people will get to talking outside of their neck. And that really would really be hurting, the narratives when it come to people, man. Like, you see how Pat Bev came to bat for James Harden, like, hey, hold on. I played with him. Like, I know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get former players to really speak on players, then they have a lot more credibility than somebody that never been in the locker room with them. It just makes sense.
Question: what about Mad Dog? Don't you like?
Mad Dog barely give anybody of age, barely give them their due. Mm-hmm. Like, it's blatant. And then he don't really do nothing but a whole bunch of shouting matches. But anything, he holds on to the past way too much for me, man. Okay. For real. Like, I was born in 86. You know what I'm saying? So I caught the tail end of Magic. You know what I'm saying? And those fringe players barely get.
You wear skinny jeans and shit, though, right?
Huh?
You be wearing skinny jeans and shit, right?
No, sir. Watch out. But I understand, giving them their due. You know what I'm saying? Kareem, Wilt, and all of that. But man, I'm not gonna sit here and say, I think him and Stephen A got into it about the best teams that he's ever seen. Man, look, we know them Bulls teams are some of the best teams that have ever played in the NBA. We know that Golden State Warriors team with KD on it was really one of the best teams in the NBA. Mad Dog wasn't giving them no credit, bro. Like, come on, man. Let's keep it real. Like, we know you got 3 of the best shooters on one team and, a defensive MVP on that team. That's that. I don't care what era you're in. That's probably going to be one of the best teams ever, period.
Yep.
And that's why like I say, it needs to have balance, and I'm glad for it.
Yeah, I just didn't like the comment JJ read about the Fox News comment that he made, because I felt like, truth be told, some of these basketball players, when they talk about certain, when it really wasn't even about talking about politics, he was just saying the antics need to stop. We just want to see you play basketball. It didn't have to go into the, Fox News stuff, because quite frankly, a lot of black people agree that we don't want to see athletes talking about sports. I mean, if someone talking about stuff, because if that's the case, we'll listen to D Wade ass talk about politics. And Lord knows we don't agree with D Wade. I wish he would shut up. That's my opinion.
Yep. Well, and I said this in my stream previous, man. I wish people if you're gonna talk about the other political side, know what the hell you're talking about.
There you go.
Know what the hell you're talking about, bro.
Just be informed and give good information. Just don't be talking outside of your ass.
Be talking out of emotionality, because we don't need that shit, especially amongst our community, because we got enough of that shit. That shit is so
but hold on, but what's a 20-something-year-old cat gonna tell you? Racism. That's all he gonna say. That's all they know is to say racism.
Exactly. I was listening to Crimes to Judah last night, man. An old video talking about when they was getting on Michael Vick ass, when he was giving, he was giving Colin Kaepernick some advice to re-ingratiate himself into the NFL, which he claimed he wanted to do. He said he wanted to be back in the league. Michael Vick just say, hey, man, you might want to consider these things.
Cut the hair. He told him to cut his hair. I remember.
Everybody call him a coon and all this. I'm like, dog, you're giving this man advice. If you want to get back in this league with these said racists.
But that's smart, though. That's smart. I mean, think about it. You got middle-aged guys. You got older and middle-aged white guys making decisions on who's going to be the personnel in the face of their franchise. You coming in there with socks with pigs on them. Your girlfriend is putting up memes. Your girlfriend putting up memes while you on an interview, calling the damn owner, Calvin Candy from Django. And then when he tell you to cut your hair, he a coon. I went live. They called me a coon because everybody back then was riding with Colin Kaepernick. I went live. I was called all types of coons in my damn comment section and just boot looking coon this, you boot looking coon that.
I was riding with Cap too, man. Well, as far as the player, I still like.
But was Michael Vick lying though?
Exactly.
As far as NFL standards, I mean, no, it shouldn't be like that. But he wasn't lying.
No, he wasn't.
How they rules if you want to get their money?
Exactly. Because if it's that big of a deal, don't play for them. What is so bad? And then he's still trying to get in. I'm like, dude, you said. These are worse people. You got your money.
This is slavery. He said it's slavery, and he wants to be a slave.
Why? That don't make no damn sense.
I said the same thing when they got on to Stephen A. Smith. He's like, do you want to play? Like, you don't trust them. You wait till 45 minutes before they're supposed to meet you in the north side of Atlanta, and you tell them you're 50 miles away. Then you get on the camera and start insulting. He got on camera and started insulting the owners. I'm like, this dude does not want to play in the NFL.
Dude, that's the equivalent of a woman saying, these dudes ain't shit, but hey, I want a husband. Like, don't make it make sense, man. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, man. Rest in peace. Make it make sense. It does not make sense. And again, I like Kaepernick. I do. The business of him talking to get what he wants, he's a clown. Because and most notably, he can't even speak on his own behalf about shit. He going like retweeting like famous words from other people and shit. I'm like, dude.
Well, let me tell you who he is. So he grew up around white folks, literally like grew up wealthy. Literally. He grew up with wealthy white people. He used to ride horses and shit from what I hear. Then you get drafted, you can get millions of dollars as a teenager. You hold it because you had a trust fund that you don't want to talk about.
Come on, man.
Right? They had set money up aside for you when they adopted you. Right? So you was going to be a millionaire regardless. You go play. I'm not shaming him for any of that because I said some son. I just did a video a few minutes ago about setting one up for my boy.
Yeah.
You get to the league, you play in the locker room. Let's look at the type of person he was. He wasn't vocal. He wasn't a good leader. The players didn't follow him. They respected Patrick, the dude from Mississippi that retired, that was a leader on the defense. He was an anchor. He retired.
Patrick Willis?
Yeah, Patrick Willis. He was a leader of the defense. And you slept with one of the guys, Alden Smith's girlfriend. You took her from him. Then you turn around. Hold on. You get your position took in practice. They said that you was pouting in practice. You come to the game, you pout. Then all that happens. And now all of a sudden, you're a revolutionary. We was in Atlanta. Hold on. We was in Atlanta. They had the Super Bowl about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember Gilp, and you can still find it. Choke No Joke is talking to Gilp from Goody Mob. And Gilp said, so he the first dude I saw, famous person, really go at him like, man, who is this dude, man? If he really cared about the struggles of black people, with all these black people right out here in Atlanta, why don't he come out here and set something up and speak to the people? So we ain't seen this dude in years, man. It's like we gotta protect his interests. And instead of representing for our city, they threw salt at Gladys Knight. I'm like, dude, And Gil was like, this lady had to walk through back doors to have what we can do in Atlanta when it wasn't cool to sell drugs and be in gangs. We was talking about the positive vibe. Now you just getting on it in this day and age of trying to be positive, and you trying to shame us in Atlanta. I'm so glad he said that. You can still find it on YouTube.
Well, let me say this too, Gib. You know who that woman was who he messed with, who Alden Smith was messing with? Well,
yeah, that's his girlfriend.
That's Nitty. Ness Nitty is the chick who's the provocateur of putting the battery in his back of what he been doing the last 5 years. Ain't that some shit? So which means she was using her pee to work her way up to who she really wanted.
I mean,
am I lying?
I mean,
no, you ain't.
Come on, man. So it's like and again, Ness Nitty's more vocal about the said agendas that they want to accomplish and shit than he is. Because when he talks, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if y'all don't like this. When you listen to Kaepernick talk, he ain't got nothing to say. I've been denied. I've been given, and then like Sub just laid out. You had a tryout for this league that you said was so biased, so racist that you want to still be a part of. They gave you a trial here. You moved it 50 miles up the street, and pretty much nobody showed up, and you're trying to act like a victim. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Somebody in the chat. Go call me Hoop the Coon, man. Somebody, I want to
look. I did a video yesterday called "Angry People Are Easily Deceived." Damn. So he's just the face of it. He's the face of the deception. That's it.
Damn. Angry people are easily deceived. And let's unpack that, guys. Why is that so? Because, and I'll start off with mine, and I want the brothers, we all upstanding brothers, I want y'all opinion. Why do you think that's so? In my opinion, when you emote, you lose scope of reality, and you also lose scope of being pragmatic, meaning things that just fundamentally make sense, you don't want it to make sense because it does not lead to your emotional edification.
And on top of that, what angers you controls you.
There you go. There you go. How many crazy dudes we done seen flip out because some woman done emotionally, slowly controlled them, and they go wild out and do some wild shit in the name of love or hate, which are basically in the same lane. How many times have we seen that play out in life, man? Many a times. And in summarization, like, we shouldn't be subject to those type of things because they never lead to upstanding and succinct thoughts. They lead to irrationality. It leads to, I regret this. I should have did this. So at some point, you got to have some foresight. So that's what I got on that, man. We're approaching the damn 2 hour mark, and again, I ain't even go this long. So, brothers, I'll give y'all one roundabout chance to get out any other thought you may have, and then we're gonna round this bad boy out.
I done got a whole workout in, man. Shit, I'm on my last set, bro. Hey, I was talking in between the sets, man.
That's dope.
I got it in though. The gym empty, so I was able to get a good one in today.
See, I gotta work out because you about 10 years older than me. You still getting in, man. I'm tripping for real.
Hey, let me make one point, man. The whole thing, anybody over 35, get on that TRT, bro. That shit like the fountain of youth. Tell you that shit nice.
What's testosterone?
Yeah, bro, that shit. Bro, I done went up 60, 70 pounds on my bench.
TRT?
Man. TRT, it's a company I go through in Atlanta called Nuberty.
Okay.
Where you do a shot once a week. Bro, that shit. I'm telling my bro, I'm getting like, not that I'm trying to be some big muscle bound ass nigga. I don't really care about that shit. I'm 47. I'm 47 years old, man.
Yeah.
But it's good, man. Sexually, I mean, just think about what you were when you were 20.
I mean, that's all I care about, really.
I'm talking about your shit like it lock up, like it hurt. Like, remember she started get hard and lock up and hurt. That's how that shit be. Like, damn. That shit, I'm telling you. This shit here, bro.
Yeah.
Stamina, everything. You can go long. You can get back up in like 5 minutes. You back going at it. It's Superman, bro.
If I could be 18 again in that parameter, boys ready to spend a whole day just, you know what I'm saying, working out. Now I ain't talking about the gym either. You know what I'm talking about?
For real.
Yeah, and that's just real conversation when we get older, man. Like things change.
a lot, nigga.
Boy, you go from 5-6 positions to 2. You know you fit 2.
And shit, if you get in that one shit, you won't make it to 2.
Yeah. I'm perfect number 1. And you know what's funny? I'm gonna tell too much of my business a little bit. A lady I used to mess with some time ago. I would say around the 2013, 2012 range. Man, I was just like, hitting on the wall, doing all that old, what's that shit, baby boy shit?
That old African squat foot.
Bruh, hitting it with the squat. And like a few years ago when I was still living in Dallas, me and her kind of got together, and we're talking about a 6-year change.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't into that shit no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she kind of wasn't interested because I wasn't on that no more. And I'm just like, yo, man, I'm looking for a life partner at this point, man. I ain't trying to, man, we ain't doing no more African squats, dog.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. I ain't saying I ain't down for the get downs every now and again, but most important, most prevalently, I'm cool with what they call it, the married missionary. I'm good. That's straight. Like let's knock it out and let's get to.
Look at man, if you trying to get to these M's, you trying to get to these dollars.
Exactly.
I'm working 2 projects. I'm doing whatever. You will kind of fall off, but I'm a mad dog with it. Like maybe it's because I'm on that stuff, but I feel like, bro, fuck that. I'm trying to, the woman, hey, okay, that's enough. That's like, where you going? Oh, stay still, that type of shit. So I believe you can have both. But when you get older, man, that shit dropped. My shit was at 5. My natural testosterone level was 514. Well, 5 was it? 495. And now my shit at 1200.
God damn.
So listen, the top of the okay, so let me put it like this. The top of the world, like freakish athlete people, is like 1,000 to 1,200 round up in there. So I'm at that. Like I ain't on the shit enough to where I'll be out here about to have a heart attack or some shit, but just enough to where you're at the top of the natural level where it won't hurt you. I won't hurt any, like it won't hurt your organs, and I do blood work, but just the ability to be able to, not just sexually, man, just vitality. Like I got a 6-year-old, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got that. I got that. I'm teaching class at night. I'm doing videos. I'm doing 2 projects. I'm working out at the gym, trying to hit the stage this year for like men's physique. So I'm doing a lot, bro. And I'm not getting tired. I don't feel like it's tired. I'm not exhausted. I'm focused. I got discipline. My willpower's there. So I don't think I would have been able to do this if I wasn't on it. And I think for us as men, bro, especially black men, bro, we might not do that, and we'll be scared. Like, man, you got on that stuff and died. And well, guess what? Dudes that don't get on it, dropping dead. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm living. I'm healthy. I got the doctor. They checking my blood work. I just think it's the smart thing to do, bro. Because I think this is the key. And when you see these white guys and they live old, and you still see them all got a little muscle, and this is what rich people do. I just not discovered this is what wealthy people, like I live in Atlanta, so y'all in Houston and you out there in LA, when you go, you're gonna see a bunch of older, well-to-do white guys, there, and this is what they do, this they secret. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, you see them, you ever seen that older guy, but he got the abs, he got the shoulders and chest, and he's driving a nice ass Cadillac or something. That's why his ass on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I never been 315. I was strong for a basketball player, but I wasn't that strong, Yeah. And I rep that shit out twice. I said, damn, I never, so just for me, I was hovering around 265, 270. That was my max. I was not a strong dude, for a basketball player I was, but not for, in real life, like at the gym.
Fine for basketball, sir.
How long you been taking the TRT?
Man, I've been on that shit since 2020. I got on it. I was at 20% body fat. My shit dropped down to 15. Damn. And then I wasn't even trying. It was just coming off. And then I started eating crazy, got back up to like 19. And now I'm on a diet. I'm watching my macros. And so I'm coming down slowly, like 1% a month. But I'm cool with that. If I can get down to like, I ain't really doing as much cardio. I'm just walking right now. But when I start really doing the cardio, the jump rope, I got a boxing glove. I got a little boxing thing in the garage. I go in there and hit the bag, the punching bag. Fat come off, bro. And,
damn.
It just, look, man, like, I ain't trying to be funny. This is the best time of your life, really. To me, I think the best time of your life is when you're about 40, to me. Not because I'm in my 40s, but because
I'll be 38 in July. So
I'm 38 right now, yeah.
Bro, let me tell you why it's a smart time. This is the best time because you can still physically go back and get with a young nigga, like physically if you have to. But you wise, you still got your looks, you still got your body, you still got your physicality. You can jump out there and go. You can mess with a young girl, you can mess with a 50-year-old, you can talk about conversation. That's a complete guy. As you get older,
that's fast.
And your hair start graying, you're not as physically able.
I think you kind of cut out on us, sub.
Yeah, I think he that connection guy.
Niggas that did that lame in Alabama. Like, you lame nigga, you got to trick off. So I don't want to do that. Which I'm married, but when I was single, me and who we talk about this all the time. I'd be like, man, what these niggas talking about? Man, I'll be out here going the fuck off on these hoes. Man, these niggas tripping. Worrying about a damn, talking about you can't get no woman, man. That shit easy as hell, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like as men, we got to make it a habit. Exercise. A lot of dudes I know went to school got guts and shit.
Shit, me.
And a lot of these dudes with these guts, a lot of dudes with the gut, when you get around, you can feel the energy. It's different. It ain't like it used to be when these kids, they see you still looking good and you still out here. They make little comments. Nigga, you out the game now. You married, nigga. You can like, why are you talking like that? I'm 47. So you expect me to be single till I'm 60?
You feel?
Like, damn, man. I got a son. Would you want my son out here in the house with another man, getting raised by another man? Because no, fuck that. I'm gonna be his daddy. So that's where I'm at, man. I'm gonna let other people talk. Y'all have a good one, man.
You too,
all right.
All right.
No, that's real talk, man. And I'm glad the conversation spun to where it spun, because these are the kind of things that we need to discuss out in the open forum, because that's reality. Reality is I can't. Me at my best, I could put my arm in the rim dunking, like at my athletic prime.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you can do the Vince Carter dunk. I was like, yeah. And again, I know Marquell, he ain't never seen me do shit like that because he saw me when I was like a little shrimp. I used to be a shrimp. Like freshman year of high school, I was a shrimp. I was non-athletic. I don't know what happened. I don't know why God hated me, but he did. And I couldn't do shit but shoot and play smart. Like that's how I was. Am I lying, Marquell?
Nah, bro.
Your honest opinion, me freshman year, what kind of player was I? Honest opinion.
Shit, a role player that came off the bench and made smart plays and hit occasional three.
That's what I was, bro. I used to cry.
Or a fadeaway.
Yeah, hit a fadeaway because I had a high arc. And I used to cry because I didn't get playing time like that. I remember Coach put, you going to trip off this name. That nigga put shot in before me one time. Hey, Marquis, I'll let you tell the story. Why we call him Shot?
Oh, man. Nigga came in the tries, bro. He hitting everything. Nigga, he wasn't missing. Niggas like, damn, who is this nigga? Niggas gave that nigga named Shot. Nigga make a team. Shot was not hitting no shots.
That boy's a direct.
Bro, do you follow him on Twitter, bro?
I don't.
Oh, bro.
Shot doing his thing last I seen.
Huh?
Shot doing his thing last I seen. He got like a Tesla and shit.
Okay.
Last I seen. Now he may have fell out.
That boy got a lifestyle going over there for himself.
He out of there?
I don't want to speak on that, man, but
I'm gonna check about it. But Shot was so funny because he had the ugliest shot you ever seen in your life. He would put his hand behind his head, and niggas just started mimicking that. And then because he would make it though, to Marquell's point, he would make them, and everybody's just like, "How this trash nigga liking these shots?" And it was so funny. And then he just was kind of a little off. And I remember he broke his wrist running a race against somebody and slammed against the mat. He broke his wrist.
Trying to prove a point to some
point that nobody get. Shot had some bullshit ass shoes. These are where they're called red treads. I don't know why I remember this shit so vividly, but I do.
Cause you the main one talking about them shit.
Yeah, you're right. This shit was off name brand. I was like, bro, where you find these shoes? Shot. All right, this is my last one. I'm gonna leave Shot alone. That boy said that boy used to go to Wiener's, dog, and Wiener's was like a department store, like a low budget one. And he was talking about, yeah, guys, man, we need to get these breakaways, man. My mom got for me. Niggas was not fucking with them.
Just because they were the school colors, bro.
They're school colors. One of the things was horrible.
Oh shit.
Boy, we was dying laughing down here. He was so mad that we weren't feeling them breakaways. So that I even got so that's why
it was so funny. I didn't understand, like he came in the trials before the football season was he came to the first try. So he was out here, he had already made a team. So when they had the football player tried, and y'all was calling this nigga Shot. Then we get to playing with this nigga. This nigga does not hit no shots. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Why is y'all calling this man Shot? And that nigga, he'll get in the game. He get them garbage times.
Yeah,
that niggas be cheering for him. Like he was the retarded nigga. They put on the show.
On some Rudy shit.
Yeah. Like he the retarded nigga. That nigga just, you know what I'm saying, got empty for. But, you know, I don't want to talk about that. But
I mean, it is what it is. And I remember in specific, we played against Stratford. That's the school that Andrew Luck went to, guys, listening. So we played against Stratford. And Shot had 9 points, bro. And the gym was going nuts. He had like the gym was going nuts. And I ain't gonna lie. Oh, but at the same time, I'm like, this is y'all king. So I'm sorry, man. I had to go into the files on that. That was a hell of it was a time to be alive, man. 9th grade basketball.
Oh, man. Boy, if I had a time machine, I'd go. That was exactly where I go, bro.
Real shit, though. And to be honest, my basketball career was probably at its lowest point there. Like, I used to cry because I didn't get in the game. And my mom and dad used to just try to talk about, because I couldn't understand, like, why am I not playing? Because I was almost on A team at one point, and then I went from the bottom of the barrel B team. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That shit, dog. When a motherfucker get in the game before you that you know you're better than, and you be killing in practice, bro. That right there, that you gotta be you gotta have tough skin to overcome that, because that shit right there, when that shit happened to me at Westfield, I went straight to track. The next day, nigga, what had happened was we were playing Brian. This when they had, what was it, Derek Mason or D Mason?
Yeah.
D Mason. Nigga put in an underclassman before me. This nigga, you know how niggas be on the floor and their awareness is not all the way there. They're not paying attention, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one of them type of niggas, he got in the game before me. This is a playoff game, and we lost. Man, bro, that shit hurt, nigga. The next day I said, fuck basketball. It's track season time. And when I did that, I made it so blatant. And the coach, at the same time, I was still in athletic 6th period for basketball, but basketball season over, so I'm going to go track. Cause shit, this is where I'm getting all my damn letters from. Like the basketball coach gonna go to the track cause what he needs to be in he needs to come to 6th period athletic, or I'm not gonna pass him, and that's gonna make him ineligible for regionals. And we had, district. We getting ready for district. This nigga come up with this shit. Mind you, I didn't miss half of the damn season because I'm in playoffs with these niggas not getting playing time. Nigga, this how I go further my career because you ain't. My thing about that coach, bro, he built for the future, which I understood, but at the same time, them underclassmen, they got more leeway than upperclassmen. Upperclassmen, like junior, senior, they make a mistake, they coming right out of the game. Where a freshman could mess up and he got a longer leash. That's one thing I didn't like about that.
So you playing there with Marlon, right? Marlon Davis.
That's exactly who I'm talking about too.
Because Marlon, I played with him in Prairie View. Me and Marlon played together.
Marlon, no, I ain't gonna lie. Marlon did his thing when I was playing, but it was some other cats that came in with him that year that shouldn't been on varsity getting playing time from upperclassmen. They could have did their thing on JV as freshmen, bro. Or sophomore.
That's funny.
But them little niggas was cold. They was dogging the shit out of sophomore and junior niggas.
Yeah.
So you couldn't be mad at them at that, but at the same time, they shouldn't have been coming up playing varsity, fucking up the chemistry.
Yeah.
But Marlon was that nigga as a freshman.
Yeah. I love Marlon, man. Marlon, one of my favorite teammates. He only played half a year at Prairie View. I won't discuss his business why he got off team, but he one of the funniest dudes. He a funny dude, man. He a cool dude. He funny, but he stoic too, which is funny. He kind of code switches. Sometimes he a silly kid, and then he'll turn to like very serious. Because you know what I'm saying, his father was a pastor, so he can turn that shit off.
I played with his brother, his older brother Mike. So they good people. But
he's a good dude, man. He's hilarious, man. So that's why I'm still good friends with him to this day, man. I hit up Marlon like it's like we ain't never miss a beat. But yeah, no, it's just funny that you mentioned that story because that's how it is, and that's how my coach tried to do my senior year at Eisenhower. He tried to do that, but we just were a senior-laden team, and we were the most successful team he had because we went to the game before state.
Yeah,
we were the number 10th ranked team in Texas from a group that his words, I'll keep his name out of this, I don't want to shame him. He said we were some overachievers, but we had 4 Division I players on that team. 4. He ain't replicated that since. And ironically, he came from Westfield. Your school. Coach Brush. I just said, fuck it.
Coach Brush came from Westfield?
He used to Westfield before he was Eisenhower.
I did not know.
Yeah. Coach Brush came from Westfield. So he was a JV coach at Westfield, but he had a high trajectory because he's well liked. He was real good with defense and organization, which I gotta say, my time playing varsity at Eisenhower, it felt like college.
Who was the 18 coach when we was freshmen? What was his name?
Coach Bush.
Oh, that's Coach Bush. Okay, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, we had Bush and Brush. Yeah. And Coach Bush was a good coach, really good coach. Very relatable to us. He could still hoop. Yeah. So no, I appreciate my grooming, man. Quiet as kept, even though being a 1-year letterman. Because I mean, to tie it all back to what we're discussing, it made me humble. So once I got to D1 level, I didn't come there with ego. Like I was just like, I ain't gonna lie, on some level, I was like, damn, y'all really giving me a scholarship? Like
oh shit.
It's still the great Britain in the building, man. Solid brother, man. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, like I really had that mentality, like, damn, I'm really a Division I athlete. Like when they gonna just pull the veil over and just remember who I was playing behind shot. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna keep riding this wave though. You feel me? Like
No, boy, but you gotta check out that nigga Twitter, bro. That nigga, dog, that dude is different, dog. When I say different, that dude is different. Like,
send it to me, bro.
It's his name, Adrian something Jackson, whatever his middle initial is. It's his name, bro.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, I'm gonna leave this business out here. All right, yeah.
That nigga shouldn't been on no goddamn. That nigga should have been on no team. What the hell? Why the hell is he getting playing time before anybody?
And that's my point. I'm playing behind a nigga who don't supposed to be on the team. Dog, that shit used to fuck with me. I ain't gonna lie. I used to cry, bro. I used to cry. You know what I'm saying? Luckily for me, I was good at art as well. So art was fulfilling for me. I used to literally win money off of my.
Hey, what was the other nigga that he be there? Ed. What was Ed's name?
Ed Saxon. Ed the head.
What was his last name?
Ed Saxon.
Yes.
With the gap teeth.
Can't get right.
Nah, Ed was hilarious. I seen that boy trip over a ball and fall into the bleachers. I was like, bro, only you can pull that off. Trip over a basketball and fall into the bleachers. Running, was that shit used to run like figure 8?
Oh man. Stop.
And then Kevin McDowell, too, was another one who ain't belong on the team.
Oh, bro. These niggas got sympathy votes. Them niggas, this nigga was 5'2". Who the fuck is he gonna shoot over? And he shot from the hip. So you know that bitch coming low.
Shout out to Kevin, man. Like, good dude, but I was just like, dog, they just let anybody on this team. And we laughing because
they let niggas on the team over niggas that could hoop, but they character issues. They was some hood niggas, so they chose them niggas over them other niggas, dog.
Yes, dog. You remember that white dude that tried out for the team? That boy ain't had no shoes on because he had some boots. He tried out barefoot.
Nah, see that must have been that must be the regular trial because I came from the football trials. That nigga was out there. I think it kind of tried in boots.
Dog, wild times, dog.
Hey, what up, Will?
Will just popped. Will, me and myself are lying about any stories.
Oh shit! Nigga was out there hooping barefoot, bro. That nigga gonna tear his ACL and tries.
Bruh, they let that man try with barefoot, bro. Like, that gotta be a HIPAA violation or some shit.
Yo.
What up, Will?
What up, Will?
What up?
So, hey,
shit, man.
Tell us if we cap about any of these stories, man. Tell us if we lying
No. This is all factual. And plenty of dudes on the B10 had no business stepping a foot on the court past middle school open gym in the morning time.
And I got to call the name out. I don't even know if he Tremaine. Tremaine was on the team too. All that Tremaine ain't got no business on nobody's basketball.
Tremaine Ashley?
Yes.
Tremaine turned out to be our best dancer in fucking high school.
Tremaine is hilarious though. Like Tremaine was like Chris Tucker. Like,
yeah,
he's funniest dude. One of the top funniest dudes I've ever been in my life. Tremaine was hilarious.
Yes. Yeah.
What'd you say, bro?
I said he was hilarious for no reason. I grew up with that nigga in Boy Scouts and shit. So he used to try to hoop, but he never panned out. Shit. It wasn't his thing.
Actually, Tremaine. Actually, sir.
Dancing was his thing, though. That was his
shit. Oh, shit. We're laughing because it was this funny in moment. All right, man. Appreciate you, T. Warfield, man. Appreciate you, bro, joining the panel. It's so funny because in moment it was this funny. And again, with my testament in my career, I was playing behind some of these dudes who had no business on a basketball court because reality is this. Some coaches don't know what the hell they're doing on that level. And perseverance is key. And when I did my if Great Britain is still listening, one of my speeches, well, the speech I did at the Manosphere meetup was about perseverance. And I was like, well, most people think that I was this big time athlete and I just, had things handed to me. I'm like, nah, man, I grinded myself out the mud, literally, to get myself to be a professional athlete, man. And you got to put the work in, man. And so I respect guys who do put the work in, like your, say, Pat Beverly's of the world, because he got it out the mud, man. Real talk.
Yeah, I played against Patrick Beverly, dog, in college.
Oh, yes. Oh, we'll go ahead and talk about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I played against him. He went to the University of Arkansas coming out of Chicago. We got a chance to play them up there at Arkansas. We got throttled. That was the same. They played the same day Darren McFadden and Darren Sproles was playing. So the football team, the football game, they left from that game, went over to the basketball gym. It was about 20,000 people in there. We got throttled. But Patrick Beverly was a freshman. He played, he played all right. So he was a freshman learning SEC basketball. They had a big white boy named Stephen Hill. And then they had a Jew called American named Sonny Weems who played for the Bulls, I think.
Super athletic.
Super athletic, dog. Super athletic, dog. And stuff like that, I knew then I had no chance of making it to the NBA. So, I mean, even before then, it started in high school. You saw some dudes and got a chance to play against some dudes. Like, nah, this ain't it. Played against D. Will and AAU tournament. I'm like, shit, this nigga's the truth. Like, we thought Marcus Ebo was legit.
Yeah.
Which he was. Ebo was a hell of a player until he got injured.
Ebo was all right. He just did. He had them no look past that wild everybody.
Ebo was crafty and he was a hell of a player until he got injured. If he don't get injured, they probably win state.
He also had that light skin bias.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ebo. Ebo principal now, middle school principal.
Yeah, I saw that, bro. Yeah, shout out.
That boy had that Marco, you had a funny tweet the other day. You saying Kendrick Perkins capping about a Game 7 performance. Boy, that fell on my seat, dog.
He put them shit up against the Northeast Bulls because it wasn't the Chicago Bulls.
Now, Big Perk was a monster, dog. I mean, he didn't have great.
That shit was hilarious. That's hilarious.
But he won that in no finals against no damn Bulls.
No. He capitalized on his opportunity. That's all that was. Man.
Hey, exactly.
Then in the right place.
Shout out to Kendrick Perkins, man.
Shout out to him for figuring himself out because when you're that type of dude coming out of high school, you're going to expect yourself to be a top tier dude in the league, and then at some point you figure out dude, I got to do something or I'm gonna be out the league real soon. Same thing with Kevin Looney. Y'all seen his highlights from high school?
No, I have not actually.
Monster, handling the ball, up and unders, So you get to the league, you just a regular dude. So now you got to figure out what you're good at to prolong your career. And he's on a championship team. He's a starting center for a championship level team.
And that's why again I'm a big proponent for not disrespecting guys who make it to this level. Now I know in this space some people say, "Oh, somebody a bum, somebody this, that, and third." Now in the proper context, there are bums. I agree with that. But when you try to invalidate their opinions, like to Marquell's point, Pat Bell put up 37 points a game in high school. I'm sorry. Yep. The average listener, you probably ain't played 37 minutes collectively on varsity.
Coming out of high school, he was Chicago's all-time leading scorer.
Come on, man.
Like all-American. Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about?
Exactly. People be getting goofy, man. Like, dude, these are the best. These are the half of 1%ers who you see playing nightly. Half of 1%. I was a 1%er playing D1. Will was a 1%er playing D1. And the dudes who make it past that level are the half of 1%.
Yeah.
So these are basically walking immortals we're talking about. If we're being honest, they're immortals in the athletic spectrum. So like, I'm not down for the slander for dudes who put that work in to get to this level and to stay at that level.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's why I be getting on these parents and these AAU coaches talking about they see a kid, oh, he's a pro. He's a pro. No, he's not. He's not a pro until he makes it to the professional level. Now, it's so many factors, and it has to do with hard work and a lot of luck.
Absolutely.
Hard work and a lot of luck. So stop labeling these kids pros before they even get there. They was doing that with this kid named Keem McClure who played at Baylor. Went to a school out here in Dallas called Dallas AAA or something. Now the kid was amazing in high school. Got to Baylor, and he was barely getting off the pond. Now he's an ESPN analyst. He does games and stuff for ESPN. But they was labeling him a pro way before his time. I'm like, dude, it's so much that goes into this that you don't even understand.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. And again, I respect the process because I know how it feels to play an NBA level guy. I know how it feels to play against Al Horford. I know how it feels to play against Maurice Spates. I know how it feels to play. I didn't guard Corey Brewer, but to see that in real life, I'm like, God damn, this nigga way above. To see Joakim Noah, like, God damn. To see Terrence Williams, who played for Louisville, that's the most athletic motherfucker I've seen in my life. He took off and dunked. We played Louisville. I was just like, that looked like LeBron. Like prime. Shit. Again, well, PJ Tucker, again, I was underwhelmed by him. But LaMarcus Aldridge, I couldn't do nothing with that dude. I couldn't begin to guard him. Like, from my skill set, he was unguardable. I couldn't do nothing to interrupt him. He can run the floor like a deer. He can post up. He can shoot. There was nothing I could do to stop him from doing what the fuck he wanted to do. Nothing.
And then his release was so goddamn high and
Oh,
quick.
goddamn high. I couldn't do nothing. There's nothing I could do to disrupt anything he wants to do. Besides, he put him on the floor, then I probably could get in his mix then. But he didn't put him on the floor. He knew who he was, right? So Cartier Martin, probably I give Cartier the most respect because I played Cartier a lot.
We all did.
Yeah. Dude was hard to deal with. He's 6'7", can do everything. Everything. I ain't gonna lie. I used to get really self-conscious playing him. I'm like, God damn it, we gotta play fucking Cartier. Now I was gonna put my game face on. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna put the game face on. I ain't gonna let him know that. But in my mind and minds, I'm like, fuck. Can I hold Blake? Can I hold Blake?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's nothing you can do with Cartier, dog. He's so that athletic, got off the ground high, just long, athletic, had a tenacity to him a little bit, you know, coming out the hood and whatnot. So shout out to Cartier. Cartier, AAU coach now.
Oh, that's dope. You know, when I knew Cartier was an NBA nigga, was that what was it? The Nike National Tournament we played in. Shout out to Kendrick Perkins. He was in that tournament. Carmelo Anthony was in that tournament. Hassan Adams. I feel like I'm leaving another NBA player out. Indy EB was in that one. And so with Cartier, we played them in the first round of that tournament. He caught an inbounds pass and dunked that bitch backwards off an inbounds pass. I'm like, oh shit. Who catches a inbounds play under the basket backwards and dunk? I was like, God damn.
He was a junior at the time.
Exactly. Because I'm a nigga with bouncer. I was more of a pregame showtimer. And shout out to Kerry Rigsby, man. I recently sold him a mattress. He played at Willow Ridge. Yeah, so definitely a noteworthy guy in the city. And I talked about how Andre Watson was. Like I basically watched Andre Watson as a youngin', and so I was like, well, fuck it. Andre Watson put a show on every pregame, so I want to be like Andre Watson. So that was low-key my muse. For I always pregame, I was always trying to dunk and put on a show because I watched Andre Watson do it. Yeah. So your boy Cartier, though, even though I'm a high flyer, I probably had a handful of dunks my senior year. That I saw that, I was like, God, I wouldn't even if I had the same opportunity, I wouldn't even think to do a backwards dunk like the catch it. It wouldn't even be in my mind to even attempt that.
Not backwards, shit.
Not what I coach. Yeah.
That means you just got so much high. Well, let me put it this way. When I played overseas, I had that mentality because, like I let in with the stream. I used to just try to, or I would windmill on my teammates, windmill on them, because I just had that lack of respect for them. So my whole thing was embarrassing. I would windmill on them. But Will know me in high school. Ain't no way I would even attempt to do no shit like that. So the fact that he had that in him at that young, like Will says, a junior, like I was just like, wow, how you have the nuts to even try that? And you know how our coach was, Will. Like if you did some shit out of pocket,
yep, he was
sub.
Automatic sub.
Boys had that fear now.
Exactly, bro.
If he'd have just let us play, dog, would have been better than what we was. But he tried to restrict us so much that it hindered us, even though we were still able to kind of, overcome his inability to just let us be.
And nigga, and that's why we was all so great in AAU too. Cause Coach Morse let us play how we wanted to play.
And we was a ragtag AAU program, if we're being honest.
Hey, ragtag is very nice, dog.
Nigga, we was that team from hardball, nigga.
G baby.
Hey, but we was just built differently, dog. We didn't care, dog. We didn't care what we played, and we had some jerseys called Hype. We had the Sprite jerseys. We had the Texas Rattlers jersey that you designed.
Yep, I designed one of the jerseys in 9th grade. Maroon and fucking yellow Texas Rattlers.
Best time of my
two
life.
colors ever created.
Best times of my life.
I designed that shit. Me, a 9th grader, made the logo for our age.
Hey, that shit was hard though.
Ain't that some shit?
Break them boys off on the back of the t-shirt. Hey, that nigga heard that after the cap one time, nigga. That's the slogan for the whole summer.
We had to break the boys off on the back.
Guaranteed.
Oh man, I hope y'all enjoying this, man. Like we sharing our childhood memories because this is man, if we had social media when we were 13, 14, 15.
Oh my God.
Hey, bro, we would be terrible, bro. Bro, we would be terrible.
If the parentals only knew. Yeah. And we wasn't even like mischievous dudes, but we just had fun.
Kids.
Yeah.
We just had fun.
Mark Wells was a bad kid, but going to jail last day. But that's just fucking with you.
I got in trouble one time, bro. One time. And I learned my lesson, bro.
But no, like so and also Will, you remember the Bella Vista jerseys we had?
Bella Vista, oh my God. Oh my God.
The fuck is Bella Vista?
Oh my God.
Black and yellow was. No, we was literally like the movie Hardball. Like again, we wasn't no fucking.
Hey, when we got them Raptors jerseys.
Oh yes, sir. It's
popping. We cut your little shit then.
The boys was ready then.
we was official then.
Oh, that was a style. That was some Cincinnati Bearcat style.
Yeah. And that's actually when Coach Mark was trying to phase me out around that time. If I'm just being honest.
Hey, yeah, bro. Yeah, that nigga start bringing in Southside niggas. We can't be breaking boys off with Southside niggas on the team, bro.
Oh my God!
I knew I was on the downturn, dog. When boy started giving me the cold shoulder a little bit. I knew I was on the way out, man. All right, I know I'm better than Shaston. All right, Shaston is boy, so Shaston ain't going well. Me and him in the bitch. The TVs didn't read well. You know what though? I credit things like that. I appreciate Coach Marks for kind of phasing me out because that's when I learned I had to get better. As good as I thought I was in my mind, I wasn't that good.
Nah, nigga, that's also when I knew, nigga, I had to go take this track serious because
For
this nigga bringing in niggas from Sharpstown,
Yeah,
fucking Jeffrey and shit. He got their whole goddamn starting lineup on the Northwest Raptors. What the fuck?
Stop
Goddamn, I can't think of his name.
I was like, oh, then I stopped getting phone calls to come on. I was like, damn, it's like that.
Nigga, I designed the jerseys. I designed the jerseys.
Damn. We the original niggas.
He brought in
thanks I get. Goddamn, nigga.
I started
this goddamn Northwest Raptors shit.
Man was one of the dude. The other dude he's called Sweet. I can't think of his name. And then
he definitely phased me out by that time. I don't know that dude.
Yeah. We had Joseph Adai brother on there, Jeff.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah,
I saw him the other day.
Shit, by then, you know, I was playing for the Greenfield Village Coalition, aka neighborhood.
Truth be told, if I didn't love basketball so much, I'd have stayed my ass in baseball. I'd have been a fucking professional baseball.
For real though, I got hit with the ball twice in one game. Once when I got into 7th grade when I quit baseball. Baseball is my first sport I played. As a matter of fact, I got hit by the pitcher. And I got hit still in third base when they try to, you know, pick me off. I was like, yep, fuck this. That was my last baseball game, bro.
Baseball it got too damn hot, though. I couldn't do it anymore. It got too damn hot. I was like, you know what, man, this ain't for me. And I knew once I got to Ike, I was like, man, I got to make a choice. It's either going to be baseball or basketball. But, I love basketball so much. But shit, I was way better at baseball than I was basketball. And I just, I was fortunate to play D1 with my fat ass. Yeah.
Because we had that spirit, man. And that's just, and again, I got to give Bev so much credit because some dudes just ain't got that shit in them like that.
Yep.
We went play Division I basketball and we weren't heavily recruited. We didn't have the luxury of coaches coming to our front, living room to court us and give us, alleged money, to come over there. We didn't have that. We had to grind it out. Playing, in your case, playing a what's that shit called? Intramural and building a reputation. In my case, going to now I could have had a JUCO scholarship. To me, I don't off rip.
You know what? And that's the way the route I went in, bro. After that shit that happened, I lost scholarship, so I had to go JUCO 2 years. And once I went to JUCO, and it was heavy politics over there, you getting treated like you ain't the nigga over there putting on for the damn program, and it's like, bro, this shit ain't even fun. Then, like we'll say, you love the game of basketball, and that the only reason you collegiately competing because you want to get seen or you is paying for school, but you at a school where they ain't accepting walk-ons and you sitting there dogging the niggas on the team in the rec. It's like, bro, it's discouraging when like you do work the grind in the program that you do choose. Like everybody's not fortunate to play D1 like y'all did, and so you go another route and then you ain't even putting on for them, and shit, they can't even acknowledge you at the banquet at the end of the year. They acknowledge the basketball team get acknowledged one by one. The rodeo team get acknowledged one by one. When they get to the track program, stand up as a whole, sit down. We go to the next goddamn. Like, come on, bro. I'm the reason that motherfuckers the nationals is here. Like, why is we even like, bro? That's I say after that, bro. After my 2 years was up, it was like, man, fuck school at this point. I didn't like school to begin with. I'm about to go work.
Yeah.
Not the banquet, dog. That's hilarious, dog. That's something I ain't thought about a sports banquet in so long, but it's so true.
Bro.
So
I went to JUCO in West Texas, bro. So out there it was South Plains College. It's basketball and rodeo that run that motherfucker. But at the same time, the track program is getting national recognition because we out here spanking D1 schools. But y'all shitting on us at the banquet. And after that, bro, it was like, bro, fuck this sports shit, bro. Niggas ain't gonna give me a shot on the court. I'm about to go home, get a job.
The tears you away.
That was the point,
no, that was the origin of my villain story, bro. Fuck NCAA, bro. Fuck them niggas. I'm going to go get a job, and it's up from there.
You know what's some real shit though? It is that petty when you're that young. When you're that young, little shit like that does matter to you. And literally, I quit the team at Stephen F. Austin my freshman year is because the coach, he didn't give me enough acknowledgement. Because like the assistant coaches were telling me how I was getting stronger, but they were telling him, he just kind of waved it out like, oh, man. And then that shit ran me hot, bro, and that's why I quit. Yeah. Little petty shit like that for an 18, 19-year-old. Yeah, it can affect you. It really can.
Yeah, so I was
putting up with this bullshit, man. Fuck that. I'm in this whack ass city, no hoes at the school, man. I'm not putting up with this shit.
Fuck that.
I was the reverse of that situation. So like Cliff went to SFA before I did, and then when I got there, like I'm going to the rec and I'm walking in with a big ass t-shirt. Me and Terry used to hooping them hoodies, but way before it was cool.
Yeah.
How dudes doing now? Me and Terry used to hooping them hoodies and them long johns. So I used to go in the rec and just in that mug shooting deep threes, talking about let it rain and everything. And so word kind of got out around the schoolhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dude that put me on, shout out to Coach Lewis, man. He played for Bobby Knight at Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me an email. He's like, man, you still working? This and that. You still like, yeah, man.
Hold on. This man sent you an email.
Coach Lewis. Shout out to Coach Lewis. Send me an email like, you want to come to workout? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, yeah, I've been running, doing that, man. My first day in Division I one-on-ones, individuals, I almost died. And Coach Castle wasn't even there. He wasn't even there. He came about 3 days later. He was out on a recruiting trip. The first time I ever met Coach Castle, he walked straight by me and didn't say a word.
Yep, that's about right.
Didn't say a word to me. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. And so as it went on, he started speaking to me a little more. Then he tried to give me the transfer to Tarleton or something like that. A&M Commerce, which is about to be D1 now. It's like, nah, man, I'm good, this and that. All the assistant coaches like, man, we got to start Will. Beginning of the season, we got to start Will. Like, nah, he's not on scholarship, this and that. Back to what Marquel was saying about the politics.
Yeah.
About the politics. So I'm like, but I took it as opposite. I was like, all right, bet, I'm going to show you. So it got to the point where the boosters and stuff was like coming up to him like, and where this dude been? Like, it was like, oh, he been around campus, this and that. Like, why he ain't been on the team? So I ended up going from a walk-on to a starter, which is damn near impossible for folks who's listening. That's damn near impossible.
Damn near impossible, absolutely.
Damn near impossible. And I won team defensive MVP at the banquet, which is crazy. And when I got my trophy, Coach Castle told me, he said, you know what, when you first got here, I made a mistake. And I just wanted to say, that's it. But I was like, all right, it's cool. But me and him relationship is cool now. Like, he still calls me, holler at me, asks me if I need anything, do I need help getting the job if I need it or whatever. But it's just weird how things work out. And I was just happen to be in the right place at the right time. This is why I say luck plays a lot in your success when you go into these college journeys, man, because everybody on the college team can play.
Yeah.
And everybody in the Boston, we had 3A State Player of the Year, JUCO All-Americans. We had 4A State Player of the Year, all district performers. And here I am, just a regular old dude. And I went from being a walk-on to a starter. So you just got to be in the right place at the right time. And Pat Bev, he busted his ass, and then he ended up being in the right position. Who picked him up? The Rockets, I think, first, and he played his butt off. Now he got that into a $40 million contract. I can't knock nobody who went from nothing, paying for his own trial, and he makes over $40 million.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, well, as fate would have it, the Coliseum name is William R. Johnson. Coliseum. Every time I went, so like Will laid out, I went to Stephen F. Austin State University first, and every day I would go to practice. I would think of Will every day. Like that's literally his name. I was like, I used to tell Will, like, bro, come to SFA, bro, like, because you were at Blend at the time. And I was like, bro, SFA, man, I'm telling you, dog, come up here, bro. And eventually you came after I left, which is funny. But every day walking, I see William R. Johnson Coliseum. And every day I would think about you, dog. Every day, bro.
So think about that, you folks that's listening. I couldn't make a JUCO team, but I made a Division I team.
Ain't that some shit? Huh. Well, I got a story for you too. I'll keep it short. When I left Stephen F. Austin and shot Coach Bailey, man, he played at Louisiana Tech with Karl Malone. Coach Bailey give me at Southern. And Coach Ben Jobe just got fired. The legendary Coach Ben Jobe, who coached Southern to that win. They beat Georgia Tech in '93 in the NCAA tournament. So Coach Jobe, you know, he was long in the tooth at that point. He got fired. And before I got in touch with the contact there, I called SUNO University, Southern University in New Orleans, because I didn't know where Southern was at. And I wanted to go to HBCU because the movie Drumline came out at the time. I'm like, well, shit. Hey, Zoe Saldana sold me. I'm ready to go.
This nigga want to go stomp the yard.
Yeah, the old stomp the yard head ass nigga. So I called SUNO thinking that was Southern University. And the coach was like, oh, well, so what school you coming from? I say, Stephen F. Austin. He said, oh, okay. You he basically was asking me in a condescending fashion, who am I and why am I calling him? Basically, what he was getting at. He was very smug to me. So I was like, okay, damn, a D1 transfer, you're not interested? I was like, okay. And then I looked, I was like, Southern Baton Rouge. I'm like, man, motherfucking D3 coach, look at playing me to the left. Hey, get your bitch ass on somewhere. When I found out how to contact the real Southern University, I called it, and I forget the coach name. I think it was Coach Smith. But he's like, yeah, man, I love to have you, man. Coach Jobe just got fired, so I don't know if I'm gonna have a job. So I don't know what to tell you, man. Just be honest. And you know, he wanted me just off of the strength of Coach Bailey recommended me coming from D1, my stature, you know, my credentials. He was like, yeah, we'll take you. I don't know if I'm gonna have a job, so I can't promise you that you can come.
Yeah,
I respect it. So that's crazy. To your point, Will, of a D3 who was playing me to the left, the D1 was ready to take it. Just off rip.
Oh my God, bro. People are crazy, man. That's how dudes lose jobs. That's how they lose jobs.
But it shows you the level of guys you're bringing in and the awareness that they may lack. That dog, why the hell wouldn't you entertain a 6'7" Division I transfer to D3 school? Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And that's why I want to give Coach Prime his flowers, because he's shooting shots at players that conventionally people are scared to take. Or are scared to try to take. I didn't Travis Hunt, right? And I'll say one more story. I'll keep it brief. One of my guys, Lamar Robeson, man, he ended up going to the University of Houston and UNLV, but him and Tyrus Thomas, who went to Southern Lab High School, they wanted to go to Southern University, but Coach Spivey never asked them. He was like, "We would have went." Coach never. Now it could be revisionist history, but Coach never asked the niggas.
Yeah,
they left to LSU and then in U of H. He didn't ask. So it just shows the incompetencies sometimes, are the just not. Well, that's incompetence, not knowing. Like sometimes you got with these coaches, like, dude, like you had the opportunity to get some shit that's gonna help your program, and you just too dumb to ask for it, or too scared to ask for it, for that matter.
Yeah, it's tough, and that's why I have a hard time telling kids that D1. It can't be the D1 or bust thing, but like I wasn't a D1 or bust type of dude, but I'm like, damn, man, I know I'm better than some of these dudes that's on this squad.
Yeah.
So I have a hard time like relaying that message, like, hey, dude, just go where you want, or go out there and try to get it. I mean, go where they want you, or go out there and try to get it on your own. So it's very, very tricky. But most of these kids don't really understand. Like, damn all that, man. Go get your free school, because again, there's less than 1% of dudes who make it to the pro level. So
that's facts.
It's a hard sell. It's a very, very hard sell, man. So I try not to relay my story onto them because again, I was one of few to do what I did. So it doesn't always work out that way. So these dudes that have these D1 or bust mentalities, a lot of times it is bust. A lot of times it is bust, and they back at home doing much of nothing and like, damn man, I should have went to this school or I should have went to this and that. I tell folks all the time, get out of Houston if you can. If you're a kid from Houston, get away from Houston. Because the world is so much bigger than Houston, man. You'll go out there, you'll experience so many different types of people. And then just being out in this country, you're going to meet somebody from Houston because Negroes are everywhere.
Facts. Met somebody, a customer of mine, 2 days ago from A-Leaf area. Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. And I mean, you just got to expand your horizons, man. I wish, well, my junior college coach, as I mentioned, going to SFA, and I went to Mountain View College in Dallas, which is in Oak Cliff in the hood. I missed the opportunity. I want to go to the University of Hawaii and coach, I forget his name. He actually, Coach Nash. He was assistant coach. He ended up being the head coach eventually, but he wanted me. And my coach at the time, I'll say his name, fuck it, Coach Osborne. He had this ingenious ideas that to not tell people that coaches were on you, to not give you the big head so we can focus on the games. And in my mind, I'm like, nigga, your whole selling point is to get guys somewhere else. That's how you get more players.
That's the whole point of JUCO. That's the whole point of JUCO.
The whole point of JUCO. Bro, it was so hot. And I heard, I was so, because I the one who reached out to the University of Hawaii, because they don't recruit in Dallas at the time. I sent out messages to schools just randomly. I just thought I wanted to go to. So I had Florida State respond back to me. I had Hawaii, UT, A&M, Prairie View, Texas Southern. Coach Courtney came to one of my games. Like I recruited myself, right? Only for this cocksucker to not tell me because he didn't want me to get the big head. So, if y'all coaches listen, don't do players like this, man. Luckily, I still made it. Bro, Hawaii was willing to sign me. Hawaii.
Could you imagine yourself in Hawaii, bro?
Nigga. Yes.
I'd have been no good.
And it would have been great.
See how you feel me? See how niggas be hating, bro?
Bro, my high school coach did us like that. This nigga wouldn't give us letters and shit like that. Nigga Tulsa was recruiting me strong.
Wow.
We were underachievers, and it was the best group he had by far was us. Number 10 ranked in Texas. Game before state.
Oh.
You never replicate that. Well, I think the 04 team made it the same level actually.
I don't know.
I think they made to the regional tournament, but none of the niggas went D1 though. So that was the separator.
Well, as coaches, a lot of coaches shoot themselves in the foot of your coach. If you get kids, if you're a JUCO coach and you get kids to go off to another school, especially high D1, that makes you look good.
It's simple. Also at the same point, these coaches they need to work with the student athlete at the same time because he at the end of the day that's a short term. He trying to get somewhere long term on his future. So why wouldn't y'all be on the same page? That's craziness. Like that's
coaches will shoot themselves in the foot 9 times out of 10 for the most part.
It's ego
thing, man.
Bro, like, dog, you know I'm a D1 transfer. You know that you are lucky to have me, and Larry was there too. So me and Larry was just killing at Mountain View. You know damn well we too good for your program. And I'm just being honest. I went there, and this is a testament of my fuckery. I went there because shout out to Harold K. Harold told me at Mountain View, it's a bullshit program. I can go over there and be the man.
Yeah.
And he said they don't practice, which is true. We hardly practice. So much so, I used to run practice. Like, coach didn't know how to do shell drill. No, ain't that some shit?
How the hell they get that job?
I did exactly. Well, he was an AD/coach, so it just was basically he
Wired
served
himself.
double two. So I would conduct practice because I was like, Coach, nah, man, this ain't how college basketball is. And real shit. And
I know what it looks like, dog. This ain't it, bro.
This ain't it, big fella. This ain't it. And the second year, and I gotta give Coach Phillips credit. Coach Phillips came in, and he was coming in learning under Coach Osborne, doing some bullshit. Now, since I've left, Coach Phillips has won a few JUCO championships at Mountain View now. Like, so he's done his thing. But he came in doing this old weak-ass passing drill and shit. I was like, you know what? No, I'm not doing it. And he tried to make everybody run. I said, no, don't make everybody run. I'm just not doing it. So I sat down. You know me. That's not really my temperament like that. But I was like,
there's only so much somebody can take, though.
Yeah, exactly. I reached my breaking point. I'm like, nope. Bro, on some real shit, I would akin that passing drill to like what you would teach like third graders. On some real shit. I was like, nope. I'm trying to get D1. I'm not doing this shit because we lost last year. We got 2 games in conference. I'm not doing this. Like, we need to get this shit together. And Coach Phillips ended up quitting for the year. We brought in a guy named Jimmy Clardy, who he's deceased now. He died in 2006, but he coached Andre Emmett, rest in peace as well, at Dallas.
Yeah.
So Coach Clardy came in with more experience. Now we had let me put it this way: we beat a team called Collin County, which was a D1 JUCO, which was the Belle de Ball. They're like in Plano, and we beat them in that was in the newspaper. So it was like Mountain View beats Collin County. Like, how? You know what I'm saying? It was amongst that sentiment. And we were riding high. And what Coach fucked up was he let us, and I ain't gonna lie, I asked for it. So he let us go home for a month for Christmas break. And we came back, boy, we were so out of shape.
Wow.
We got throttled in district, dog. And we were riding a high, beating Collin County. We beat Bossier Parish. Like, we had some D1 wins on our hands. Like, bro, we were a good D3 team that second year. But that time I fucked this. I'll take credit. My fault. I wanted to go home in Houston for a month, and I didn't want to be out there in Dallas, and it messed our chemistry up, if I'm being honest. And so, well, the point I'm making is, man, it's so many decisions get made in the trenches that don't really get discussed. And it's just funny when you sit back and rethink about what went on, because all those things add to your whole story, man.
Yeah. Yep. I will encourage anybody that's listening to this stream, if you've never been to a collegiate basketball practice, please go.
Yes.
Please go.
Why?
You will wonder why. You will understand why these dudes are on scholarship. You will understand why you see kids when they lose in March Madness, you see them crying, because all that work you put in, man, is them on the brink of death. You're starving a lot of times. You ain't got no free time to yourself. You got homeboys you see across campus. You can't even stop and say what's up to them because you're sprinting across campus trying to get to practice so you won't be 1 minute late.
Say it right. Why? Why at SFA did you have to be? Why did you sprint to get to practice?
Because you didn't want to run.
But how early did you
had to run to practice? So
you had to be at least 15 minutes early, and that's being generous. For the most part,
he was 45 minutes.
You should be an hour early. For the most part, you should be an hour early, and then they give you the option of doing pre-workouts. It's optional, but it's really not optional.
Yeah, optional, not optional. Great way to put it.
Yeah, so I remember the regular fans and stuff, regular students, like, man, why y'all running? And you had a class at 9:50. And you got out at 10 and practice started at 10:10, I'll give you 10 minutes. So you can't lollygag. As soon as you get out of class, professor dismiss you, you see all the basketball players full sprint across campus. And SFA is not big, but it wasn't small. And to get to the gym, It was on the outskirts of the campus. So you'll see dudes full out sprint in their clothes, or they'll be at practice. I mean, they'll be in class with their practice gear on, and you see them sprinting trying to get there. And you better not show up without your ankle braces.
Man, boy. Coach Casper was big on that shit. Them ankle braces. Hey, asses and elbows, man. Asses and elbows. That's all you see. You need to be on the good horse to get to goddamn practice. And Coach Casper was so old school, man. Like, he would tell me about my braids. Like, I had to have my braids like kind of masked because they couldn't be past my neck. And he used to police that shit. And I ended up cutting my hair the second semester. I went to a fade. But yeah, man, like, and people understand the mental strain that all that whole thing encompasses. Like, you really, and he may have got soft on y'all, but it was 45 minutes was expectation, unless you had a class that intersected. He knew that. So he would get but 45 minutes was expectation before practice. And I gotta say, at Prairie View, it was like you could be there right before practice. It was no big deal. And when my first year, when we quit on Coach Hawk, man, we was there like fucking 20 minutes after practice.
That's tough.
He lost the team, dog.
Yeah. No, you can't have that. That's tough.
Yeah.
And
I couldn't help but think, like, man, this wouldn't fly at SFA.
No. Go and make your exit real quick. Stage left.
Coach Casper would have went down with the ship. But they wouldn't. The problem was, Coach Hawk just lost the locker room, man. He was just doing too much dumb shit, man, and it lost people's ear, and he didn't respect the program no more. Like, he literally, me and my guy Sharp, we were late. We played against Southern. We go against Southern again. He was like, "You selfish motherfuckers! I'm gonna make y'all. You know what? I'm gonna make y'all play till y'all drop. You and Sharp, y'all gonna play till y'all drop." We like, thank you. You don't
let us play for being not following team rules. You're gonna let us play. Okay, I'll take all 40 of those minutes.
Appreciate that love.
That's why I say, if you're a collegiate coach, you got to be one of the craziest persons to ever live, because your livelihood depends on 18 to 22-year-old kids. Well, now 24, 25 because of this super senior stuff and all this other stuff. But you're dealing with kids who are on two different spectrums. For folks who don't understand, 17, 18-year-old high schooler, now freshman, and then you got dudes that's been in college 2 or 3 years, and you trying to get all those dudes to mesh as one and be successful. It's damn near impossible, man, because you got dudes that's been there, but like, man, this little punk ass freshman ain't finna take my spot. And you got freshmen feeling themselves because they were recruited, but they don't understand that now they're the newcomers. They're on the bottom of the totem pole. So it's a clash within a clash, and then you're trying to go into a game, scouting report. You're trying to figure out what the other team is doing, but they're dealing with the same concept of dealing with different types of kids, different types of players from different backgrounds. Just like you said, Coach Casper had you cutting your braids. We had a white boy named Scott from Carrollton, and he had long hair, and he used to get on him about the same thing. So it wasn't no discrepancy about him, a racial thing. He used to let the white boys have it too. And all this shit plays into a component of trying to be successful. And you said about the Christmas break thing. We had 3 days with Coach Casper. We got the 24th, 25th, and we had to be back on the 26th. So not really 3 days. This college is hard, man. Folks who out there ain't never been to it, don't know it. It's hard.
Yo, gotta be disciplined as hell.
Yep. And that's the best thing our high school coach could have told us: self-discipline.
Self-discipline, man.
That's the best thing I got from him as a coach. That and understanding X's and O's. As far as scouting report, so scouting report when I got to college wasn't really a surprise to me because he was very detail oriented, very good at X's and O's. Wasn't very good at making in-game adjustments, but understanding scouting report and all that other stuff, I understood that as soon as I got to college.
Well, even also, I give Coach Brush his credit off of practice structure. Like, so it was hard SFA, but it was kind of close to what Coach Brush did for us. We had the run breaks. We had You got the incentives for taking charges and shit like that. Like it was pretty succinct, man, of what it was in college. Yeah. I got to give him credit for that. But again, his glaring hole was the in-game adjustments, just atrocious. I remember my for senior night, I literally said, I wonder if coach get mad if I did my homework on the bench. Like I literally didn't play for senior night. I didn't play. You're D1 professional athlete. I didn't play senior night.
Hell, I had to get your ass in the game for playoffs against Galveston Ball because he didn't want to put you in the game. He didn't want to put you in the game. I had enough, dog. You know me, I was I couldn't do much, nothing, couldn't be too much outspoken because of my mother was. But at that game, that moment, dog, I had enough, dog. I was like, dog, get Big T ass out the game.
That's funny.
He was like, who? He was like, who to put in? I said, man, put Cliff in. He's like, no, man, put Cliff in the game. Shit. I had enough. I had enough.
I was like, appreciate that.
I had enough.
Hey, that's one thing I must say about Will. Will was a flow general on that flow, man. I understand why he at where he at right now, bro. Cause shit, you was a playmaker and you saw shit that we didn't see.
Oh yeah.
I just understand the game, but I had to do something else because I wasn't super athletic.
Yeah.
I wasn't the quickest. I could handle the ball, but that wasn't really my thing. I could shoot it, but on that team, I had to take a step back from Jared and Larry and just kind of make the team work. But AAU shit, we'll go AAU.
Yeah. Well, what stuck out to me is your ability to pass. Like you would pass sometimes when you get dumbed down by bad passing guards, and you just don't expect the ball to come to you in certain ways. And Will would one of them do it to hit you in the back of the head with the ball. Because normal guards don't give you the ball like to expect it. So it's something that Will always had that foresight. Like, I'm like, goddamn, I got to pay attention with Will.
Yeah, you got to stay alert with Will.
Not gonna hit me right in the chest or right in the face. And Will give that look like, damn, dog.
Yeah.
Man as hell.
The pass be so clean, you look at him like, damn, bro, I let that nigga down.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because it's so accurate, and you just not thinking because the average guard don't give you the ball in that scenario, dog. They just don't.
Yeah.
I could care less. I could score, but I could care less about scoring. I was just always able to be a team player, and I was selfish as a kid because me and Jared, we was the best growing up, best. But then at some point, something just changed, and I was like, man, I don't give a damn what I do as long as we win and the team is rocking and rolling. I'm good with that. So I mean, that hindered me in a lot of situations, but it also helped me in SFA. Being able to do something that other folks wouldn't want to do is what I did because other dudes don't do this shit. It's hard as hell. And I took some pride in that. I made ESPN with a token no-look pass in college. That shouldn't have been on there, but I was.
I'll take it, goddamn.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But yeah, I had to do something else to be successful and make the team be successful. But you damn right. If you didn't catch it or you smoked the layup, you was damn sure gonna hear
it. It was just so funny, man, because I went from like Will being like equal to me, and then when Will got like better than me, way better than me, I had to reassess how I thought about Will. And I had to learn that because again, I almost made A teams and I got on B team, and then it got kind of, I had to go through the scrum after that. Mm-hmm. But once we met back up on varsity, it was like, damn, like at one point me and Will were equal. Like on 7th grade A team, we was equals. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like we were younger. Well, no, we was younger. You were one of the star players. I was one of the complimentary pieces. But I guess in my mind, in 7th grade was an equalizing point. And then once we got older, you ascended a lot higher than me. So I was just like, okay, damn, I went from, and this nigga I ride to school with every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I got to a point where, when we got older, I couldn't let Will down. Like, Jared, I didn't really care about letting Jared down, even though Jared. Larry just, you can't understand what Larry talking about, but I didn't want Dante. I definitely will. Dante was a 3-year letterman. I didn't give a shit what he thought about nothing. But you was the person who I didn't want to disappoint. So it's just funny that dynamic because I just used to focus. So when you had the ball, I would just focus so much on what you were doing because I didn't want you to whip that ball in and that bitch hit me in the chin or some shit. I used to really struggle with that shit mentally. Like, oh shit, Will gonna hit you when you ain't expecting.
You know it's coming though. You have to
when you just coming off of setting a damn screen or something.
That whole right in your hip. Because some other niggas are so damn stupid. Well, I ain't saying they stupid, but they just give you a basic passing scenario so you know it's gonna be within the confine of the play. Well, Will is just, he always looking. It's just like, shit, I just had my hands up like some special ed kid, like just ready for that bitch. Cause I knew that bitch was coming down.
You gotta know it's coming, dog. You have to know it's coming.
Because I knew the disappointed face if you bobbled the ball, dog. I just knew your face after that. I just was like, shit. Oh, shit.
You know who used to do that shit a lot too?
Who
that nigga Larry.
Yeah.
That nigga Larry would catch it. Hit him in his big ass hand. Boy, that shit go smooth out of bounds. Like, damn, nigga, you know you gotta stay alert when you on the floor with this nigga.
Singletary?
Yeah.
Singletary had many of smokes. Many of smoke. And then he's like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, man.
I like Larry Singletary, dog. That dude's hilarious.
Man, where is that dude, bro? I ain't seen that nigga since.
Bro, I ain't seen him since sophomore year in high school, bro.
Not gonna see him.
Yeah. So
not gonna see him. Last I heard, Larry's doing he's doing some time.
Oh, not surprised.
Yeah, he was one of them niggas.
I hate to say it, not surprised.
Well, that's last I heard.
One of my teammates at Mountain View, he's serving a life sentence right now. And funny, we used to make a joke about him being a serial killer. And Larry Davis can attest to this. I mean, it's public information. He was on First 48. His name is William Langram. He played with Chris Bosh at Dallas Lincoln High School.
Mm-hmm.
So William Langram, he went by PJ. He had them just some crazy eyes, and like me and PJ used to kick it tough in Dallas, bro. And I always felt safe with PJ because I just knew he had some fire behind him. I just always knew that. And him serving a life sentence right now, it's actually should I put this? I mean, it's public information.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to accentuate it. So y'all can look up on your own, but it's a thing. And yeah, man, it's just funny because when he got popped with that shit, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Just being honest, I was like, yeah, I definitely can see that. and I used to hang with this dude every day, so it's just funny how lives trickle out from like you with somebody from a commonality standpoint, you with them every day, and you see what they amount to be. And it's like, damn, I remember that person was here, and yeah, I can see that. So it doesn't surprise me with Larry Singletary being in the situation he in. It just doesn't, and that's unfortunate, man. So shout out to him, man.
It really is. It is.
Man, who was that other white cat that was on B team with us, bro? It was Josh, and it was another one, bro.
His name was Josh too, I think. It was
Turner.
Josh Turner.
Yeah.
Josh Turner.
Yeah.
Josh Turner.
I don't know why I remember him, but I do. His brother name was Jeff. Josh and Jeff.
Yep.
I remember him. Yeah.
As bad as that group was, y'all won district too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, as bad as that group was, shit, this group was terrible.
Yeah, Coach terrible. Tragic Johnson. You remember our coach, Tragic Johnson?
Sleep Dog.
TJ.
Mike Johnson.
No.
What's the other one?
Chris Sampson.
Oh, hold on.
Chris Sampson.
You can't skip over Coach Tragic Johnson now.
Oh yeah.
Like, bruh.
I don't even remember his real name, but he had that shag strong though.
But he had that shag, dog. I ain't in the business judging men.
That was one ugly ass dude.
No, that nigga was doing that shit for a paycheck. He wasn't doing shit.
No, he had no business in the basketball gym, dog. Not even taking the ticket, the money at the door.
Bro,
that boy
that's why they brought Coach Crystal in halfway through the
Crystal was a
season.
better coach than him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Coach Crystal's a football guy.
Exactly.
I'm gonna show you these shoes that Tragic Johnson used to wear. No. You know what? All right, so I'm gonna show an example of the quality, but they were actually worse than these. And we used to. It was hard to respect him because we used to call him TJ, man. Tragic Johnson.
That's crazy.
Hey, bro had these on, like a worse version.
Of the dad shoes.
The boy had them dad J's. I mean, them dad Nikes.
Dad Nikes.
The Monarchs. Hell yeah, the Monarchs.
That's
the version.
That's some Academy specials, dog.
$59.99 forever.
Them Academy specials, dog. God, dog. That's funny.
He bought them shits at Wieners with Shot.
There you go. Oh shit. We got another Shot reference. Let me follow him on Twitter right now. Actually, you got me in trouble. I Shot doing.
That might be the greatest nickname in high school history of our high school history, dog.
That didn't live up to the hype.
I think it was terrible. God awful, though.
When Shot slapped the head, he slapped the back of his own head, bro. I'm just like, dude.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. Like I said, dog, if we had social media and YouTube when we were younger, we'd be millionaires right now.
Yeah.
The stuff that went on.
Oh boy.
Yes, the stories. It's hard to believe. If you're just a listener, it's hard to believe these stories are true, but these are 100% true.
100%.
You can't make this shit up.
100% true. And what I always pride myself on this platform is to tell you guys real stories, real stuff, and that's I like to provide receipts because it sounds like kind of it sounds far-fetched. It sounds very far-fetched.
Yeah.
And
we can live. We got stories for days. For days.
We really can.
Days. And Marquell wasn't even there for the Coach Clemens era. He would have been no good with that Negro.
Oh man.
No good with him, dog.
Yeah, Coach Clemens. Yeah, he had his own. You know, I appreciate every coach I had because they gave me purpose. They gave me perspective in their own way, no matter how bad or good they were overall. Coach Crystal was a good counterbalance to Coach Tragic Johnson. He just was a straight up and down guy, and he had sense overall. TJ, if he had it his way, Kevin McDowell and Shot would have got more minutes. I'll put that.
And that's terrible. Those motherfuckers couldn't. There was a liability on
everything.
Defense, on everything. Because they gonna jack up an ill-advised shot because they're not getting to play the time that much. So they're gonna make the most of everything. And they can't hold nobody on defense. So whoever's holding them is gonna have a fucking field day and gonna go for PRs.
Exactly. So
all right, man, I can't keep going with y'all. Let me get out of here, man. I got shit to do.
I will.
Appreciate you, man. So we're going around this stream out, man. Thank y'all for who's still tuning in. Like, see, we can riff like this all day because it's about ball, man. It's about sports. It's about the shit that we love and that we respect. And that's why it's natural to have everybody in here doing this. And again, I thought this would be a 30-minute stream. It turns out to be 3 hours. So, man, if y'all appreciate what I'm doing, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. If you want to hit the thanks button at the end, with a little monetary gift, if you want to hit the Cash App, you can do that. I do not shy away from that at all if you want to do that. Any closing thoughts, Marquell, with the whole conversation, bro?
I just don't like the whole Pat Bev is not greater than Chris Paul, so he shouldn't be talking about Chris Paul. Like, that man plays on the same floor as Chris Paul. Why the hell he can't have his opinion of that man, especially at the latter part of his career? That's what I wasn't understanding today. But other than that, man, everybody gonna always have something to say, and everybody got opinions. And that's all I gotta say, bro.
I
appreciate you having me on the show.
Well, I appreciate you being on, man. And that's reality, man. We gotta start to. I mean, we don't have to do shit. We ain't got, how they say in the old school, you ain't gotta do nothing but stay black and die.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can't control the overall narrative, but I think it's important that us as observers of sports, that we understand that these guys who make it to this level, they've made themselves out of something. They've overcome obstacles that most of us can't even imagine how hard it is, right? So when you dismiss them because they may diss your favorite player, which again, I personally don't like Patrick Beverly's game. I hate his game, actually. But I'm not going to be goofy and say this man can't have an opinion when he's done with 0.01% of players, humans have done, which is make professional basketball. So I give him the respect he deserves off that merit. Especially like, he's not walking around, he's not a 7-foot guy who just
and another thing too, bro, what other people fail to realize is that man gonna have a little salt towards that man because that man was traded for that man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It didn't do nothing that he didn't do when he was with the Rockets. So of course he's gonna have his opinions on Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, they shouldn't have traded away them 3 players for Chris Paul. So I understand why that man is griping, and I respect his opinion. But at the same time, he was kind of disrespectful. But other than that, he wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying. And that's just reality. Like, again, I'm all about free speech. If it's succinct, if it makes sense, I don't have to agree with it. I'm not stuck on shit like that. I'm not in a agree circle jerk where everybody I talk to or everybody that I converse with, I got to agree with everything you say, because that's just not realistic. But if you have the right, if you prove to, just in my mind, if you prove that your opinion is based in reality, just your reality, I respect it. Because on the stream, me and you kind of saw some things the opposite way. But I'm not gonna say, "Oh yeah, you stupid," because I respect I respect life through your lenses, because I know you live life as an athlete from a level that most people would never attain. So when we ramp it up to his level, he's 10 times over what me and you have accomplished.
Yeah,
respectfully.
Yeah,
and I'm not threatened by that.
But my thing is people who hasn't accomplished what we accomplished, trying to tell a motherfucker that accomplished more than us that he shouldn't feel a certain way, or he's lesser than a person that's in his same field. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's craziness. Like, I can't sit there and debate or argue or have a decent conversation with a person who's seeing shit in a classism way.
Agreed. And that's fundamentally where I deviate hard right on people who don't even know what it feels like. And like Sub-Zero saying earlier, to walk in a gym when there's expectation, like high school level, like you playing AAU or you playing city ball or whatever. When you walk in the gym and smell that nasty ass gym, and
Jones.
All right, why are you lying? Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing about Jones High School shit. That nasty ass gym.
Because
why are they hosting tournaments?
Exactly. They got like tar all on the bleachers and shit. That old struggle ass Hornet they got on the wall, but bullshit ass concession stand. Like, y'all don't know how it
was a heap of violation shit.
You feel me? Or walking, you don't know how I feel to walk in Wheatley High School.
Smelling like piss.
Smelling like piss. Where it's damn near a fight just walking from your little team area to the concession stand. That you got to contemplate having to defend yourself just walking from there to there.
Crazy.
Some of y'all have never experienced some of this shit. So when you ramp it up to these levels here where so much money is on the line, so much accolade, so much acclaim is on the line, dog, it's very stressful. You have a lot of anxiety. So, and not to say those are excuses, but that makes you to who you are.
Yeah.
And if you can navigate in that spirit and be successful, you got the right to speak on the shit. I don't care. Again, I don't like Patrick Beverly. I think he's a clown. What you not gonna do is tell him this man can't speak about Chris Paul. Who are you to say this man can't speak on Chris Paul? Who are you? Who are you? And that's what I got a problem with. I don't attack people. I attack the ideology. So again, with me not liking Patrick Beverly, I can put that to the side easily. Because this man got the right to speak on shit. Anybody who clicked on a goddamn laptop, phone, or whatever, got on social media and talked that good shit about a player they don't like or performance they want to critique. Cool. That's your right. But to fix your mouth and say Patrick Beverly can't speak on Chris Paul, you out your rabbit ass mind.
Yeah.
You out your rabbit ass mind, this man can't speak on Chris Paul. So I'll leave it there, man. We're going 3 hours plus. I gotta go to work in about an hour. It's some change, man. Appreciate you, Marquell.
Already, bro.
I'm gonna bring you back on here, man. I appreciate your commentary, bro. And
just hit me whenever we trying to get back on, bro.
Will do, man. And thank y'all for tuning in, man. I saw y'all were captive the whole time, and I really appreciate that, man. It helps me go when y'all actually on here, actively listening and participating. So it does help with the overall thing. So we'll let Kendra Perkins take us home. Thank y'all so much, guys.
Going to shout out to Hoops Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoops Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. Shout out to Hoops Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoops Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoops Jargon.
Shout out to Hoops Jargon.